Welcome to Teach Progress, guys. We're basically going to be going through mistakes in thinking. We don't say it's tonight, but me, Jazz, Sleek, everyone else will be running the show for now. Um, we're going through mistakes in thinking and then maybe pulling up some examples. We do have an article or two of some things that are quite frightening, but we'll be fine. Okay, cool. I'm probably going to start out reading. And then if anyone else wants to jump in and be awesome and help, you can.
Spastic Enigma.
Yes, that is
So
the guy.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. Sorry, we
So
were
true.
talking previously about different
That's who
characters
I'm
in
mixing you up with.
big screen.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine.
I've literally never met this person. You should.
Well,
Yeah.
And beat him
never
up.
seen you all in the same room at the same time.
Yes. Okay. Confirmation bias. It's true because I believe it. The tendency to search for, interpret, and remember information in a way that confirms one's preconceptions. Believing that your rhetoric is not racist because a few of the people you're racist against agree with you. Yep. Awesome. Cool. I can keep going, or if anyone wants to jump in, just raise your hand.
I have issues with the last one. Is like,
Why does confirmation bias have to do with race versus other?
It doesn't.
Other issues?
It doesn't.
It was
No,
just an example.
it's just an example. We actually got rid of all of our Nike examples because we thought it was a little too specific and weird. Which is true.
Well, wouldn't believing your rhetoric is not racist because a few other people are racist against agree with you? Wouldn't it be like association bias rather than like confirmation bias?
Oh, we don't actually have association bias on here, so maybe we'll add that.
But if we were to be more precise, that would be.
Oh, a lot of these blend together. We have a lot that cover a lot of different examples.
Okay.
So
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
there we go. Attribution error.
So attribution error.
Perfect. Thank you.
If they did it, they caused it. The tendency to overemphasize personal characteristics and ignore situational factors. Saying someone is lazy because they are poor, ignoring systemic issues.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
May I ask about that last one?
Perfect. Yes. Attribution error?
Yeah.
Yes.
Saying somebody is poor because they're lazy, or saying somebody's lazy because they're poor. Yeah, as a blanket policy, that could be an incorrect way of thinking, but there are people out there that definitely reflect the.
But it's not
poor
everyone. But it's saying it's everyone is an attribution error. And not only that, but it's mostly in this current economic system. It's basically where you're raised and how you grew up, how economically privileged your parents are, for the most part. I would say from like your economic status from the age of being 20 to like 30 is directly attributed to your parents' income.
it's correlation versus causation.
Okay. Yes. Yes, and okay. So there was a time in my life where I ended up being homeless, and I was in numerous homeless shelters. From that, I decided that I wanted to make good money, so I became an worker, and that paid $1,500 a week when I was back
1,500 grand?
was in 2020. No, in the early 2000s. Like, yeah, I was homeless, and from that, I went out and became a construction worker, and went back to school and did my truck driving course, and I'm actually right now sitting on a large piece of property that's debt free, with 5-bedroom, 2.5-bath house,
Okay.
and it's a beautiful spot.
Would you say when you how are your parents? Like rich, well off, poor?
Poor.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it doesn't matter because that's your correlation.
yeah. Well, I
So-
know, but it's still also like
Like, I
it
agree that some people are poor because
parents could have rich kids could have poor kids. I mean, there's no
yes,
correlation.
no, but what
Yeah,
directly
that's-
when
is
you
not the
come
point.
out?
The,
Yeah.
the point, the point
Yeah,
here
yeah,
is
yeah.
he's saying because they're
Right.
poor, they
Rich
must
kids
be
have poor
lazy.
kids.
Yes. That
yeah,
is a
yeah.
wrong way of
Yeah.
thinking. Is
Policy. Yeah,
yes.
of course.
Yeah.
Now that you're mad.
That is a child. I have to block. There we go.
Get away, son! You bother me.
Yeah, yeah. Do you see how this is an example of a attribution error, which is an error in thinking. So we don't think this. We think this is bad to say, which it is. I mean, I'm sure maybe
Agreed.
there's a couple
And you know what?
instances where somebody is poor because they're lazy,
You
but
wanna
it's
know what?
not.
I hate niggers.
Oh,
you know? I
Jesus
hate
fucking
niggers.
Christ, little child.
I'm
I
reporting
hate
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
report him if
parents
you
were
can.
super
His
poor.
dad will figure out
my
why the
parents
headset
were my
was
parents
banned.
were incredibly poor.
Did you
I
say
grew up
shit?
I grew up very 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 poor.
Same here. Okay, let's
And you know, based on my personal skills, I was able to get out of that.
Okay, but where I was working, we couldn't find enough workers. So on the way to work in the morning,
Well,
I would
it's
see
not
panhandlers
about
out
where you
asking
were.
for
It's not about
change.
It's
ad
not.
hominem.
It's,
It's not.
this is not
It's
about
not about. It's
personal
not about personal
experience.
experience.
Yeah.
It's just that the fact of the matter is that
Despite parents being poor, anyone could theoretically get out of poverty.
and I got out of poverty. Murkov, the parent got out of poverty despite parents being poor.
It's just that you don't want to say that correlation, causation. You
Yes, and also the while
Easy.
you were working, you weren't immediately lifted out of poverty. I'm sure there was points where you were working very hard and still relatively poor.
Yep.
they're yeah, in the beginning, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
that's
this
life, man.
this statement is a bad one.
Yeah. A thinking shortcut for this for you would be, were things so hard for you that you could not do it?
That makes sense.
Obviously not, because you did it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Right. So
yeah.
could things be so bad for people they could not do it? Yeah, sure, it's possible for that to be the case, right? So you can't just attribute they're poor, therefore they're lazy.
Yes.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yes. He is correct.
Okay, we're jumping to substitution error. Accepting an answer to another question. When faced with a difficult question, people often substitute it with a simpler one and answer that instead. Saying an ideology has a mandate because a candidate won an election. That
Hey,
isn't
you guys
necessarily-
changed that. Hey, yo.
Yeah, we did. We changed it from a Nike one.
Hey, you changed it. You changed it after Trump won. Come on.
And yeah.
There's some bias going on here.
What did we change?
Absolutely.
But hey, once, yeah. Yeah. There was that saying being said, Biden didn't have a mandate either. So any candidate that doesn't win in a giant landslide doesn't have a mandate.
Later, guys.
What's a landslide?
Is Trump
You're
even
never
getting
gonna
over
learn.
50%? Because I heard it. He hasn't even broken
Bye.
50%.
Oh God!
So,
Oh no! Let's
Yeah,
not kick
I
that
mean,
guy.
I mean,
Ultimately, no one has a
majority
mandate to do
voted
anything
against
other than
what the majority of the people want.
Oh my God.
in a country.
Trump.
Yeah.
They're
Okay,
still
let's
counting
see.
ballots in
I am a-
some places.
Hi,
I
Andy.
don't think Trump even
False.
got
Hey, it's
False
Andy.
equivalence.
Hey, I just equated you to Elder. I said that you and Elder are the same, essentially.
False equivalence. That's very nice of you to say. I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I said that you were very similar. Yeah,
You must have gotten the ass side of the
It's not
coin.
an insult. It's not an insult. It's just that you guys think very alike.
I don't need your 2 cents.
I'm so glad that I have
That
septic
doesn't mean
salad
shit,
to
though.
remind me how I think.
So,
Okay.
false equivalence. Two things seem
Garrett,
the
come on.
same, but aren't. When two things are compared as if they are equal, even though they aren't. I have a real life
He literally just did that.
example. Yeah, well, he did that in another room. He just did. He said that the
What did I do?
rainbow flag inside of a classroom is the same as
You had to
mandated
cash
Bible
in on
verses.
that, huh?
Bible verses.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. That is a
Okay.
false
They're
There's
so,
no
they're
real
so
there
different.
is a religion.
They're so different. I forgot.
So-
They're so different.
They are absolutely
this gonna be
different.
an
One
ongoing
is
thing?
Yeah,
a...
they're so
gay
different.
religion.
They're so different.
Yes.
No.
It'll
Cool.
probably be
I'm
an
glad
equal
you agree,
exchange.
Septic. Okay.
Yeah, because
One is pushing an ideology of one
And one
thing,
is
and one is
making the
looking
other
else.
feel accepted.
and one is pushing an ideology
One's making the other
of
feel
another thing.
accepted.
Okay,
Exactly.
all right, that's weird. It's weird.
So, Septic, did you hear what Murkov just said before you comment?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
hear that again,
No,
Murkov?
I did.
One's pushing an ideology, the other's making people
Yeah.
feel accepted.
yeah, and one would be
Pushing Christians being accepted, right?
Oh, man, I
Yeah.
didn't know Christians felt
Ah,
so oppressed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait,
Do
hold
all
on.
Christians
Hold
oppose
on,
gay
let's
people,
go.
Septic?
Let's
Because
go
you
back
just made
to
a
let's go
blanket
back to
statement.
if you're
Yeah, when
actually
it's
called a
let's go back to
hateful
our
generalization.
And the
let's
other
go
is
back to our
treating
logical
someone
thinking
Septic.
here.
See
Let's
that?
go back to our
Hey,
logical
hey,
thinking.
hey.
Septic, do all
What is it?
Christians oppose homosexuality?
I would say that any
No,
real
they don't.
Christian.
Actually, a majority of Christians now accept
They don't.
homosexuality
They
in
all
America.
accept
Well, hold on. Hold on. This is going to
Okay,
be
all
this
right.
is going to
You
be
say-
fun.
yeah, you can answer it, it's fine.
What's a real Christian Septic?
Hello, Andy.
Marco.
It's nice to see you
Marco.
again, my friend.
Hey,
Hi, man.
Marco.
How are you?
She had her hand up.
Well, he answered it.
Good.
He answered it already. I guess I don't need.
No.
I don't
Tell,
need to
no.
say anything.
I
I
want
don't need
you
to say anything. He
to
already,
tell
he already
me.
did it. He already
No, no,
answered.
no, no,
Who
no.
shot
Answer
Bobby
question.
gets the
Calm
floor.
down.
Marco,
I want you to tell me what a real
She
Christian
had her
is.
hand up.
Okay.
Well,
Right after Andy.
okay.
It's-
Well,
No,
a real Christian
Don't worry.
would look at the
fine.
moral ethics that are laid out
How's the
in
case going?
the belief, the faith system of Christianity, and they
In the
would act
Bible,
according-
the faith system in the Bible.
yeah, and so for
So
example,
selling your daughter, for instance.
well, hold on.
Septic, just retreat
No,
to
no,
saying you were
no,
talking
no.
about the majority.
For example, my brother-in-law is
What's
gay,
that?
and he's married to a gay man.
Is he a Christian? See, you're doing a substitution error.
He's
Can we
borderline.
go
borderline.
Yeah,
He's-
let's go to
He's tiptoeing. So
and
my
the false
brother-in-law,
equivalency, all wrapped up in
my
bullshit.
brother.
Yep.
Well, hold on. My brother-in-law is married to a gay man. He's a gay man, and
Why are
my
you
brother-in-law.
answering a question I didn't
My
ask?
brother-in-law is.
I want to
is-
know what a real Christian is.
Fucking
Yeah,
liar.
hold
That
on.
has
Well,
nothing to
hold
do with
on.
the question he asked.
What?
What is a real Christian?
Has nothing to do with it.
What's that one where you have an experience of one thing, so you assume the rest are that way?
Well, but
Okay.
my
Hasty
interpretation of him.
Hasty
May I take that one,
generalization.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
But how do I feel about my gay
Define
brother-in-law?
abomination.
How is that
don't let him-
relevant?
Don't let him change
Well,
the
well,
subject.
I
What?
mean,
not
as
Christian
a Christian male,
versus
is
gay.
it relevant?
Yeah,
Is
we
it
don't
relevant
like
to the
gay
question how I
versus-
interpret my
It's
gay?
not,
no,
my
that-
the
gay
question
relative?
I asked
Right.
is what is a real
Septic, I tried to
Christian?
help you, bud.
Okay, we're
What is
gonna
it?
wait. We're gonna let Wolf speak.
I was
She had her
trying to
hand
help
up
Septic.
earlier.
Thank you, finally. Yes.
There you go.
No
I
one
think
wants
we've
to listen.
moved
That's
on.
fine.
It's fine.
Oh, okay, I'm
You know you
sorry.
want your brother
Yeah,
dead,
if you
man.
No worries.
And
Yeah,
now
wave
the
at
answer
me and I'll-
to the
Sorry.
question
My gay
never
black
appears.
brother-in-law, by the
Probably
way.
better next time, Marco.
You know
This
what?
is
I will
fucking
say what I was gonna
hilarious.
say.
Wait.
Look,
Hey
it's
guys.
Well, he's black, just so you know.
Hey, welcome back.
Okay,
Just so you know, Dollar Bill, he's
I
black
love so
and gay.
much.
He's black, by
Hang
the
in there,
way.
Just so
Okay.
Dollar Bill knows. Just
Self-control here.
Sorry,
Yes,
Septic.
yes.
I had to kick him. I know he's so
Hey,
fun to
listen,
fight with.
I asked him a simple question.
I forgot to tag him before you sent him back out in the wild. Now I'll never know which one I was talking to in the future.
That's true. That's true. I'm sorry. That's not the point of this room, and he was kind of going off into outer space. So, and Wolf was
Yeah.
talking.
I'd like to take this minute to congratulate Dollar.
Wolfberry.
Yes.
I was in a room with Dollar. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
And the arguments that Dollar made meant he got kicked because the other guy couldn't fucking answer a single one of them.
Christ. Okay, cool.
Congratulations.
Completely wrecked out.
I'm
Your
gonna go back
prize is in the
to
post.
like whoever's on camera gets to talk. So Wolf, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I was just. I mean, I the point of the what I was going to say probably is.
That's fine.
I'm kind of speaking to the choir now, but I mean the difference between religion and mandating it in classrooms versus whether you can act like an asshole to someone who you believes it's something else, like because they're gay or they're that's just the real difference there. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you can compare one
It's
versus
clear
the other.
Septic has a superiority complex, even though he has a gay brother he loves. He
That's
uses
black.
him. Yeah, who's black. He uses as like
He's
his,
superior, except he's got a
token
gay
gay
brother who's black.
Brother-in-law. That's black.
but he
American
uses
gay
that
man.
as a way to like be like, oh, but I have family that is this way, even though I probably treat them like shit. But it is how it is. Okay, cool. We can go back.
May I ask a string of strange questions?
How about
Yeah.
kind of
Just one.
fine? We'll see where it goes. YOLO, go for it.
Make him juicy.
It better be as good as How Is Bacon Made or Oh, I think Elder last week had How Is Cheese Made, and we watched videos about how cheese are made for like half
Yeah.
I
hour.
love cheese.
I realized
So-
they had a blind
Yeah,
zone.
but you guys were talking about religion in school, right?
Are you Canadian, by the way?
Mhm.
Yeah, he just said a boom.
I am, yes.
Okay, sorry.
How did you know?
He outed himself. He abooted himself.
I like the
Booted
Red Rain
himself.
show. That's awesome.
Okay, I'm that's not intentional. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sounds like Nathan X.
No,
No, it
no, it's not.
It doesn't. It really
I know it's
doesn't.
not.
Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't
so
even
Andy's
sound
known
like
me
it.
for a long time, and I'm not whoever you think I
I'm
am.
not saying you are. I'm just saying you sound similar.
Oh, yeah, a
Okay,
little bit.
so-
I
Anyway,
Yeah,
move
go
it-
for it.
I'm,
anyway.
I'm having a lot of identity issues tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Elder, you're distracted. Your ADD is off the walls.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
One of the things that I've found relatively peculiar in the topic that you guys are currently discussing is where I don't know how it works where you guys are at, but where I'm from, religion came into a place where there was no education. They bought the land, they hired the construction workers, they bought the materials, they built the school from religious money, and then for years and years and years, that was fine, that was okay for religion to have an influence in school. Then all of a sudden, there was a bunch of people that said, hey, no, you can't do that. And then the government began expropriating the land and buildings from the religions so that the government could put in their own agenda and exclude the religion that originally paid for and constructed all of the resources.
I don't know if you know this much about the churches that came in and built in Canada, where they were burying tons and tons of native children and kidnapping them from their
I know
parents.
all about it.
Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't say they
Do you-
were
do you-
necessarily
do
a
you know
good
the-
thing.
Yeah.
Do you know the other side of
That's
that,
why
though?
they got rid of the.
What would you consider equal? I don't think it would be, whatever you're going to say, for the abuses that the Catholic Church did upon the natives.
Oh, I didn't say there was an excuse for it, but do you know the other side of the truths that aren't being screamed?
Enlighten me out of curiosity. I'm curious what the possible other side could be.
Okay, so we still have this, and I apologize if I offend anybody that's going to hear these words, but we
That doesn't sound good.
populations.
Yeah, you're cutting out. Nobody's actually hearing the words.
Yeah.
You guys can't hear
Start
me.
over.
Yeah. Start one more
Yeah.
second. The government, the Canadian government, doesn't want us to hear these words. Apparently.
Yeah, Justin Jan.
Okay, so I don't know about where you guys come from, but where I come from, there's still a huge problem with drugs and alcoholism in the native communities. And when you
What does this have
go
to
into
do
those
with
communities
religion?
and see,
Sleep.
when you go into those communities and you see how mistreated and neglected those children are with their drunk parents,
That it
want them to
accepts
put-
the abuse that the Catholic Church
That's the
Church
same
puts on
excuse
them?
they use for the.
Yeah.
Was
I didn't say
Australian
it excuses. I didn't
Yeah,
say it excuses
Aboriginals.
the abuse.
Aboriginal.
Yeah.
That I didn't say it excuses the abuse, but it was in a time where there was large portions of populations wiped out by sickness and disease quickly. I'm not saying that they didn't have ill intent with these children, but I'm in disbelief that there was an organization out there that took a bunch of children and intentionally killed them, or an organization that said that we're going to take these kids and abuse them.
Okay,
Israel.
Andy, let's
Right,
go.
so your premise is that the churches came in and they did all these really nice things, and that's great. Which is fine. I get that. They did. What was the underlying motive for that? Well, they wanted more followers. Why did they want more followers? Because they wanted to get more money. Why did they want more money? Well, because it's a church. Okay. The fact that back then a lot of people couldn't read and write, so they were more educated, if you will, and by that very premise, they were able to teach people. The problem is they've taught people, a lot of people, out of religion, because when you look at religion and you study religion and the origins of religion, you can see that it's basically just people who are smarter than a lot of other people taking advantage of not a lot of other people. Okay?
Yeah.
Progress, we don't live back in those times. We don't worship animals, or some of us don't, most of us don't. We don't do a lot of things that were perhaps beneficial, maybe you could argue that in the past, but they are not beneficial anymore, right? They certainly oppress people. They certainly breed distrust and bigotry and hate for people just based on their characteristics or their people who they love, or various other ones. So I find a lot of things wrong with religion. The fact that religions are becoming less, in the UK, because I'm not Canadian and I'm not American, there's just been, I think it's 500 or something churches sold, because nobody's going there anymore, because we are living in the 21st century, is it? 21st? We don't need these things anymore, because they just breed hate and distrust and bigotry. So, okay, maybe they did in the past, they did some nice things, or things that appeared nice on its face, but the underlying ideology of that was to get more people on their side so that they can then force other people to do what they want, not what other people want to do with their own lives. Does that make any sense to anybody, really?
Yeah, and also I do want to point out, as I'm reading this is basically the policy was to get rid of the Indian and the child. They basically forced them to abandon their native language and convert to either English or French and convert to Christianity, which is that's literally just wiping out.
goes.
Oh, he left. Oh.
Someone else has cold.
Narrative didn't work and he bounced.
Okay,
Wow,
you know what? Maybe he learned
Jesus
something.
Christ, I've got the power. My God.
Start your church now.
Well,
Damn
he's having
straight.
connection things.
Yeah,
Oh, it could have been his
I think that's
internet.
probably more.
I mean, I won't
that's
take the
probably.
victory. From
I
it, but,
will keep
I-
this
I don't think
highlighted.
anything,
Well, I wanted to point out to him that I expect some of us don't think it was actually ill intent that they tried to wash the Indian out of these kids, but I mean it's just ignorance, right? I mean, but that's just as bad.
Well, I
To a
just
large
don't-
part.
let me
Stupidity
finish
is
this.
not a
I'll take
victimless
And
this.
mendacity.
crime.
Well, hold on, like even in a secular society,
Ignorance and mendacity.
we would deem
That's
certain
how
sort of
I see
values or
And it was
we
physical
don't live in
and
that time anymore.
abuse
unacceptable,
and
right? Even with it,
neglect.
even from children, we
Yeah,
would say no, that
bigotry
these are
is
violations. We were told to
Sorry
pound
about that. I
accountable.
didn't leave intentionally.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
and you're back.
terrible
Right,
this
yeah.
game.
No,
I
I
will
thought I'd
tell
given
you
you such a
though,
good argument.
as
that
I
you
was
just decided
listening,
to- Sorry.
I noticed a storyline that you were pointing out
Oh.
as you were reading, and it seemed
Right,
to
no, I
fit the
wasn't reading
narrative
anything. I
of
was
today
literally
quite
that was
well.
off the top of my head.
Wait, what are you
Her.
Oh,
talking
right, I
about?
beg your pardon. Sorry.
Wait, what do you mean it fit the narrative today? What are you talking about?
Okay, so
Explain.
Go ahead.
I may be uneducated on these topics. From what I understand, are they not getting ready to begin 15-minute cities?
What the?
That
How
would
is
be
that
segmentation
relevant? What do you?
and-
Wait, what the fuck are
Could
you
I
talking about?
explain?
How
I
is that
brought up a more
relevant?
relevant point. Murkoff just ignored
It-
it.
I think he's saying if we hadn't destroyed them and
Did you-
taken their land, we wouldn't have the technology we have currently. Is that what you're saying?
No, I can explain it if you want.
No. What I'm saying is what you just said was they set policies in place so that they could rid themselves of the native population. And
Convert.
that's what's
much the
happening
same.
to us right now.
No,
No,
th-
they
no,
don't want to get
that's
rid of the
not
native population. They
how.
wanted
What?
it. Oh, Jesus.
Literally
What do you mean by
doing.
us? What do you mean by
Taking
us?
their children and literally forcing them to learn a new language, ignore all of their traditions, and forcing them to live with strangers in mass schools that were badly taken care of, like being neglected and treated terribly, is somehow the same as 15-minute cities, which aren't even a thing. What do you think a 15-minute city is? What is a 15-minute city? Tell me what a 15-minute city
15
is to
minute-
you. Is it something you heard a
15-minute
conservative
city
say,
is
and
a-
you
It's a
have no
liberal
idea what it
trade
means?
model now where. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry,
I don't know
Wait,
what it
can you
means.
guys
I've
not
got to
hear me?
admit.
I can hear you,
we
but
can
you're
hear
not
you.
saying
We're
anything.
waiting for you to say it.
Can you guys? Is my mic working?
Yes,
we can
yes.
hear you.
Can you hear
Yes.
us? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Okay. So, so the group that I'm referring
No,
to.
no. Tell me
that
what a
we're all
15-minute
in
city is right now,
Anybody?
or what you
Okay,
think
a
of.
15-minute city is a large complex where
No,
people are large.
That's
Well,
not,
let me
What do you mean?
explain.
What do you mean no?
no,
You know-
it's not a
what do you mean no?
It's not a large complex. It's literally
15-minute
just,
cities.
literally just the way that things are like literally making the buses and public transport to where you can literally get to anything you need in 15 minutes. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
It incentivizes
Is it
more
all
walking.
not confined in one
No,
building?
it's not. No, it's
No.
not.
No,
That's not.
Absolutely
how it works.
not.
A 15-minute
Public
city is an urban planning
transportation.
concept that aims to make most daily needs accessible within a 15-minute walk, bike ride, or public transport ride. The goal is to reduce car use and promote walking, cycling, and public transit. Features green and public spaces, bike lanes, and public walkways. Benefits: supports neighborhood businesses and entrepreneurs, and designs streets and active travel schemes for vulnerable users.
No, that's
know
too
what you-
woke. It doesn't use enough oil and gas. Right?
That's what a 15-minute city is.
This
It means
information
I
is
can
killing
walk.
us, man.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, it's not all one
It's not some
complex.
grand conspiracy.
Oh, boy.
Just incentivize people to walk and do stuff outside of their car.
Yeah.
If you live in a suburb now, you're
Which way?
essentially
I'm after
dead
that.
without a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a really against not having a car. I mean, I like my car. I'm just saying.
So yeah, but
I
we're
am as
saying
well.
that public transport,
I was being facetious, just to be clear.
yeah, it's
use your
makes
car for
basically
long
making
rides.
bus routes and things so people can easily get to, say, a hospital in 15 minutes, and also be able to get to a school in 15 minutes, and things like that. There is
Get to the
no
shops.
giant complex. No, it's all open air. What are you talking about? Sorry, I'm sorry that it's just I've never heard that's what they're telling
I've never
people.
even heard of that. No, I just knew it as urban planning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's some think tank bullshit. I mean, it's not a real world thing, right?
No.
No, I mean I think the only places that have it right now would
Disney
be like
World, Epcot, original plan.
Yes,
Florida,
I
it's
was
just
gonna.
a way for developers just to go top down and
No.
Florida.
Okay, but literally the
In the
only
real
places that have this are like New York or something like that, where you just, make sure that things are well spaced apart and that people can get to like the certain subway routes that'll get you where you need to go in 15 minutes. So, I mean,
yeah, but okay, so there's regulations about every 10 streets there has to be a subway tunnel or whatever.
Yeah, it may not even a subway tunnel, just like a bus route. And a bus route changes nothing.
A bike lane.
Or a
But,
bike
I mean,
lane.
would you say like a huge metropolis that, you could find anything in 15-minute city? In 15 minutes, that's not a 15-minute city, right? I mean, it's kind of like, it's a small
figure of
city
speech, but
within
yeah.
itself, right?
Yeah, I guess
No,
so.
it's
A
all
very
about how
connected
it's
city,
laid
that's
out.
all.
Yeah, it's all about the city planning of it.
So a huge city could be a 15-minute city.
Absolutely, that's the
Probably is,
ideal. Yeah. That's what
New
I
York
was
is
saying.
15
Is
minutes.
yeah, I was saying that New York would be an example of probably there's a lot of places, boroughs that are 15-minute cities.
Portland,
So it's
Oregon.
just some
is
shorthand
another
for
good one.
good urban planning.
Yes, that's exactly what
Yeah,
it
good urban
is.
planning,
But
basically.
it's somehow the wording of it sounds scary, so people are lying
Well,
about
it
what
sounds
it is.
top down, like you're gonna come in,
You
and
come
build one
bulldoze
and
everything,
make
and
people
it's
live
like
there.
literally just making like bus routes.
Wow, that's the dumbest interpretation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it's dumb. It's just the same conservative propaganda. Get scared of new words because we actually
Sorry.
want to screw you over, take your money, and destroy.
A
your
building
children.
can't be
Destroy
built
your
in
children.
15
Oh,
minutes.
what
It couldn't
the
be safe. It's bad.
There's
But
some
it sounds
So
like
what
it's
was your
transferred
point?
from
Yeah,
just
yeah,
urban
but-
planning to
What,
now it's a giant dome or something. It's the same.
It's
what was the
interesting.
underlying point you were trying to make? With
Yeah, I'm
the
sorry.
15
We just
minutes?
needed to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
that
we're
we're
going
all
that
on the
far.
same page.
Yeah. Now we know what a 15-minute city is. What is the underlying point, Drunken, that you're trying to make? What are you worried about them, or what?
A lot of the things that you're talking about, I find very scary. Yes.
In
Bus
which?
routes?
In what way?
Riding a bike?
It would help with
Um,
isolation. You'd meet people.
Okay, so if you're gonna tell me everything I need is within 15 minutes of my residence,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
that means that you
For
have
if you're in a
dictate-
city. Yeah, if you're in a very populated city. I don't think we're planning on doing 15-minute cities for like out in the middle of wilderness, like a freaking
No,
little tiny
everyone is
town.
gonna have their own train. Everyone is gonna have their own bus in the middle of
yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but yes, go ahead, Drunken. Continue. I apologize.
That was a portion of multiple topics that I was going to bring up, but Andy, to answer, and I forget how you asked it. Why do you mean us? I think you asked.
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah. Awesome. But I'm more intrigued by why you're worried about being able to get to the shops in 15 minutes. We're not saying that you have to live in a place where you have to get to a shop in 15 minutes, but as Merv pointed out, we're talking about metropolises and cities, and I mean, even in a village. I mean, I live in Scotland. We've got lots of villages all over the place. Some of them aren't 15 minutes away from squat. A lot of them, though, are. I can jump and I can take a walk. Like my wife takes the dogs walking every single day, regardless, right? And she can walk from a city all the way up into the country, and walks all the way up to the countryside and stuff like that. But when she gets home, she can it takes her 2 minutes to go to the shops to buy me sort of like a sandwich or something, or go to the chemist, or my doctor's right across the road from me. I could go into the main town of Dunfermline in less than 15 minutes. It take me 10 minutes if I could walk properly. It takes my wife 10 minutes just to walk into the center of town. I don't see why that is a problem. I think that's good urban planning. I can live on the outskirts of where I live, which some people have seen, in a nice house. Bus routes, cars, taxis, bike lanes. We can walk and stuff like that. I don't see why that is such a scary thing. I just don't.
Okay. Sorry.
Because that's not how it was described to me, and that's not the extent of
That's wrong. Then
grasp of
whoever
what it has
described
the
it to
ability
you
to
So now
do.
you
described it wrong. I apologize,
Yeah.
but there's
How
a
did
lot
they
of
Well, you don't need
describe
to
it to
apologise
you?
for them. That's their fault.
Yeah.
Now you know. Are you any scared of it now? Are you more? Does that lessen your worry?
I'm less scared of your version of what we're
That's
talking
not my
about.
That
version.
is
That is
that
the
that
version.
is what is a 15-minute city. Let me look that up.
I just did.
This
That's
universe-
what the
No,
person
I'm
that told
saying
me last
so
time
everyone
said
can
as
see it.
well.
Drunken,
Oh,
what
I'm not seeing
exactly did they tell you?
Good question.
And you know what? I'm sure we can Google a very positive explanation of why Canada has imposed a carbon
That's the
tax
very
as
one that
well.
I got.
That has nothing
People
to
that
do
are
with this.
doing things, no, but people who are doing things have very convenient way of wording things.
We have to
Go on,
have
just go and
regulations,
hover
man.
over these for me, Murph.
This right here.
Yeah, that's exploring. So that's the National League of Cities, C40 Knowledge Hub, Reuters. Do the next one.
Oh, like if you see.
No, the next little. See, these are all the sources for it. Exploring a 15-minute National League of Cities again, University College of Estate Management. I mean, this isn't just somebody's idea of using words in a clever way to avoid what it actually means. This is actually has research behind it and learned opinions and city managers sort of thing. So this is not just what some guy said, you know, we're going to build houses in 15 minutes or, you know, it's everybody's going to be, it's that is not this.
Also,
this is literally
Drunken
peer research.
for real. Like
Sorry, Danny.
to be absolutely. I know. No, I'm sorry. I jumped over you.
No, I
like,
don't mind you
if-
jumping on me, darling.
Okay.
Wink, wink, say no more.
Okay, I was going to say that, God, that distracted the shit out of me. Okay, if there were liberals talking about this in a different way privately, here would be kind of where we would talk about it. So let me dead tell you right now, we're not lying to you about this. All it is literally just city planning of making, like, literally just access to transit. All it is making sure transit runs well. Public transit.
And I would also point out this is not Google, this is AI. There's multiple researchers over the internet and collates information. This is not Google, although I don't really find a problem with Google because, you know, can't nip down to a library at 3 o'clock in the morning and whip out a town and planning, country planning manual. That's what we have. Use the tools we've got. Whether it's Google, whether it's AI, whether it's going down to a library, it doesn't matter where the information comes from. If you can dispute the information, fucking have at it, right? But
And you know what? I will go so far as to agree with both of you wholeheartedly that as long as it stays in that definition, whereas by they're only messing with transportation,
Yeah, that is literally the only thing.
and they're not telling
and
people
planning.
that you can't live over here because it's not in our plan and it's not accessible by our transportation, so that block of land is now unavailable to you.
No, that's absolutely none of that is anything at all like that. Absolutely.
usually what happens when planning is like, so say I built a house in the middle of nowhere, and then a few friendly friends thought, well, you know what, I'm going to build a house over here as well, and then a small community builds up out of that, as often happens in America, or at least in the past. Communities build up. Then what happens is local government will go, oh look, we've got a load of people all living here, let's give them a bus route, let's build them a road, let's give them electricity, and let's give them water supply, let's give them the basic amenities they need to survive and live happy and healthy lives, right? So there's the size of the population would dictate what kind of amenity. If you want to live out in the middle of nowhere on a farm pulling your water out of the well, fucking have at it. Nobody's going to stop you. That's not what this is.
Drunken.
So I would take this as a lesson to basically always get the the other side of the story. Because I had no idea what a 15-minute city was until
Me
we
neither.
just Googled it and we just learned about it. You know, from what you're telling me, from what I believe they told you they're gonna block out a bunch of land. So I can give you another example where people use nefarious tactics to be able to prove a negative. Like I live in Florida. We have a infamous freaking governor that likes to make bullshit out of anything. So there was one. He started gas grills for whatever reason, because he thought that he claimed that liberals were gonna be banning gas grills, whereas Biden just incentivized making electric grills in new home developments. He was actually giving tax credits. It wasn't that you can't put a gas grill, but that's what he claimed. Oh, that's the liberals are going to be banning gas grills, and he did a whole spiel. You know, but if you did any modicum of research, you would have learned that that's not true. There's, it's completely it was completely it's fallacious the way he was just blowing it out of proportion.
Okay, and with gas grill, I understand for burning gas and stuff. Now, I'm going to take it one step backwards for you and give you a personal experience of mine. I'm currently fighting with my local government because they're attempting to ban. Okay, I've got a 5-bedroom, 2.5-bath house, and I've been here for 40 years. The only thing, I live in the land of ice and snow. The only thing that's heated my home in the last 40 years is wood heat, firewood. And they're trying to ban the burning of firewood to heat your homes. Which means that now my light bill would go from never ever been over $100 a month. It's going to go to $1,100 a month with electric heat. And it's going to cost me a pile of money.
$1,100?
Yeah, for electricity at your house? To heat my house? Definitely.
Where do you live? The underlying
Yeah. Do we have a name of that? That sounds ridiculous
Newfoundland.
because even in
Where?
America, there's not bills
Newfoundland.
happening. Yeah. Newfoundland.
He's not in America.
Drunken.
No, she said even in
Even
America.
in
Well, it doesn't
America.
matter. I mean,
Drunken. Can I
Canada.
ask
Even
you?
in America.
How would they be able to enforce what you do in your own home, in your private home?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
where's the bill coming from?
Newfoundland.
They tried you in
burning-
Washington
How they would
State.
do
We had a
burning
vote. Wait.
snow.
We had a vote that you could have natural gas in your house, so they can do that.
We
What?
don't have natural gas here.
He said wood though.
I understand
But
that. I'm
can
saying,
or
but we just
can't?
had a vote because they tried to ban natural gas in Washington State. But there, as
did?
voters, we didn't allow that to happen. But say if that did happen, then you couldn't have natural gas in your house.
Wait, is that for
Okay.
just new houses, or there's no way they would rip out your old system?
No,
Okay,
it's for
so-
everybody.
That doesn't
Because
sound
you
right.
gotta realize Washington State is the most liberal state of all of them. And I'm not
Here's
going
how
by
they're
the
doing it.
politics
It's
of
not the most liberal, but it is
Here's
liberal.
how
That's
they're
why I
doing
love
it.
Very
I
liberal.
love
That
being
and
here.
Oregon, we were
Okay,
both
let me
tied.
look this
That's
up.
why I love
You-
being here.
Drunken, go ahead.
Here's how they're doing it.
Oh, good,
Now,
you're in one.
as a homeowner, I have to have my property insured.
Correct.
Okay, in order to insure my home, it has to be inspected.
Yes.
When the inspector comes in, he wants to see what heat sources I have available to me. And if wood is one of them, the government has okayed the insurance companies to charge me outrageous rates if I heat my home with wood, which makes it impossible for me to insure my home if I have wood in there, because it costs more for insurance than it would for the electricity to heat the house.
Well, sounds like Canada sucks.
Yes. Okay. Let's
So
get the
they're doing
net.
it through the insurance companies.
Also,
That sounds
bill,
like private organizations doing it.
HB 1589 does not ban the use of natural gas.
Yes, I was gonna bring
I'm
that
actually
up.
looking at.
Yeah, I have it up
K5.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I brought it up first. It would just incentivize.
We just had to vote on this, though.
Yes.
Because I'm from Washington State.
Yes, but I'm looking at this right now that is showing that it
And I
does
live in
not
Washington State.
ban natural gas. It just discourages
so do
it.
I.
It incentivizes not using natural gas, but it does not ban.
So,
Yeah.
No, it doesn't ban it because
Does
we just had to
anybody
vote
else
on it.
besides me? Does anybody else
That's-
besides me burn wood to heat their home? In here?
We're in America
No.
where we have
Right,
weather
so
that's not
I've
that.
just looked at. I've just looked
Well, I
it up.
did in
Insurance
Tennessee.
companies in Newfoundland and Labrador may offer home insurance for homes with wood-burning stoves, but there are some things to consider. Safety and installation. Many insurers require a wood stove fireplace to be installed properly and pass a wood energy technology transfer inspection. Insurance premiums. Having wood-burning stoves can increase your insurance premiums, but the increase is usually small. Increase depends on the insurance company and the type of stove, and whether it's the home's main heating source. I think most of this is to do with fire insurance. You may want to consider additional fire insurance so that you know, if you burn down a forest, at least they're covered. So residents of Newfoundland and Labrador with an adjusted family income of $150,000 or less may be eligible for home heating supplement program. This program helps with the cost of furnace or stove oil to heat a primary residence. I'm not entirely sure who's charging you more.
He said the insurance, but the implication was that the government was in on it too. They were somehow collecting for the government.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it's insurance fucking you over.
The look of it.
There's a lot of places
you gotta-
in America where
The
insurance
insurance-
is just dropping people. Like in Florida, you
Right.
can't really get a lot of insurance. In California, in most places, you can't get
want to be on the
insurance.
hook for an ember burning down
Yeah,
an
places
entire
where there's fire
ecosystem.
or bad erosion due to increased climate change.
Also, as an
government policy.
insurance agent, I'd be a little less worried about a normal furnace than I am, and no offense, than a guy named Drunken Monkey safely putting wood into a fire.
It's true,
I'm
but
not
I
saying
doubt
that you're
that.
unsafe, but I'm saying statistically wise,
I
it's
don't think
obviously
that's
more
as legal.
likely that there's going to be a fire. Oh yeah, don't write that
Well, or
down.
in other
on the
words, as
insurance
an
form.
insurer, you're not going to overcharge.
It's
to,
been 40 years that
enforce
I've been
the
doing it without a
government's
problem.
Environmental
Yeah.
concerns, right?
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
sounds like you have a problem with the insurance company and not the actual government.
Yeah, and while
private
I
industry fucking
admit,
people over again.
and while I understand you've been doing it for 40 years without a problem, unfortunately, global warming is causing a problem, which means that forest fires are becoming more and more frequent. So that I guess, I guess, and I can't speak to any expertise on this. The government is probably trying to stop your country turning into an ash bowl.
Well, there are restrictions on burning wood fires in areas like if there's too high of a pollutant level, right? Like
Yeah,
if you're at
too high of a
pollutant
chimney
level-
as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the government issue permits, but all you have to do is satisfy the permit depending on size of chimney, type of stove, that kind of thing. High efficiency stoves, chimney height. Permit to buy a permit to burn is required to burn bush and other materials. You can get one from your local forestry and wildlife office.
Yeah. No, you can cutting permits, you can get burning permits and all that. Yes, definitely.
So-
but you also
so
have
it-
to have the insurance to go with it.
Yeah, well, see, goes to what Merv is saying. This looks to, and just as a cursory sort of like understanding of what you said, this looks like the insurance company trying to screw you. So your deal is with the insurance company, not the
A private
actual
company,
government.
yeah.
Middleman trying to fuck you over for a
Yeah.
living.
Yeah.
Because, rich people take everything away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
That's
have
not
a
to
furnace?
dismiss
What are
your
you burning the
claims.
wood in?
but it's more nuanced.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, this conversation has made me now want to go and check around with other insurance companies for their policies on wood burning premises.
Yeah,
Apparently, the
that might be
government can
good.
help you as well with it.
Can maybe upgrade your stove, and that's not
Yeah.
a big issue anymore.
The government can assist me by making me burn oil that I got to pay taxes on.
Nah. No, I'm saying that he's
yeah.
saying that there's like maybe some like heating like departments or some subsidies that can help with that. Maybe if you
switching
can
over to
prove
another
that
source.
you like no of saying, hey, I can prove that my house has like comfortably used wood to heat it reliably for the last couple of years. Can you see if you can subsidize some of my insurance costs? Unless you also should be looking for other insurers or seeing if it's a particular point in your insurance that is causing that, and just have that part be like, fuck it, YOLO. If my house burns down due to my own wood burning, then it's my own fucking fault. But still have like flooding insurance and like other shit.
Well, imagine
Yeah,
you have a mortgage, right?
No.
Yeah, he
Oh,
owns
there you
his
go.
house.
So
Yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
Yeah, what did it
After
fucking
40
tell
years,
you?
he probably owns it, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's solid. I think that's we learned
It's
about
actually an
15
heirloom.
Minute City and about different government subsidies and shits like that. So we can probably go back to some of the slides if we wanted to. I think we got this. Marcus, why are you coming in laughing? I don't trust you. Okay.
I think it's on.
Yeah, he's gone now. Okay.
Okay, so
Yes.
this 15-minute city thing was
Mhm.
really scary to me because of other things that were brought up at the same time.
Oh yeah,
such
yeah. I'm
as
sure they
the
went.
digital
a th-
currency.
Wait. Don't you know that conservatives love digital currencies and are the ones pushing it? Bitcoin?
I don't
Dogecoin,
care
bro.
what party is pushing it. It's scary to have money that can expire.
Exactamento on that one.
What about money that shrinks every year?
Isn't that
What
digital
money
Yeah.
is expiring?
Yeah, no, with digital.
It's
the-
literally
yes.
inflation.
Yeah. Literally,
And
money's
deflation.
value goes up every second or down. Like
Or down.
yeah, depending on literally just
Really
other
just money
governments
forces.
and
When
forces
Money
When I've
outside.
represents
got
purchasing
cash,
power.
When I've got cash,
It's not always.
cash.
It's not going to always
the
be the same
government-
thing, though.
The government can't alter it by flicking
No,
a
it
switch.
does it all the
They
time.
Yeah, it
can.
does, yeah.
They can.
The value of the
They're
asset.
gonna,
They'll
they're
do it
gonna
by flicking
eliminate
a
cash.
switch, but-
They're gonna eliminate
You-
cash because you can't get taxed on cash. Well, here's my point. They say for some reason my neighbor comes over, his kid wants to mow my yard for $40. I pay him cash for $40, right? Well, the government has no clue that I just gave this kid or anybody $40, so they can't trace where the money came from, and they can't tax on the money. That's why they want. That's the reason why they will eliminate cash.
No, wait. What are you
What?
saying? That is the biggest
No.
conspiracy
Well,
theory ever.
Say for some reason you come over and cut my my
who?
daughter's hair for $40,
Who?
and I
No,
give you
it's not about
$40
taxes.
cash.
Who
They don't.
is-
They don't care about that.
They don't
That's
give a
nothing.
shit. They don't give a
That's
shit.
that's no money to
not
them.
strictly true either.
Yeah. No.
What
No.
they
No.
want
no.
crypto is
Because cutting
deregulation.
somebody's
Yeah.
well,
Cash
the thing
money is
cutting-
untraceable.
Okay, but
thing
nobody's
about
trying
your
to get rid
40
of it. Besides
Yeah.
the people who are all about
I'm
Bitcoin bros.
Open up! This is the FBI. You mowed a lawn yesterday.
Yeah. Nobody
You're
cares.
you're being extreme on that. You're not looking at the big picture.
Right.
No.
Plus,
You're
everyone knows the
confused.
DEA handles lawn care. Fucking trips. It's not that.
Yeah. Let's back it up.
What they're concerned about is people who are cutting people's hair on a regular basis and not paying income tax.
No, they're not.
That's a different thing.
Andy, no. Like literally,
They are in
nobody.
my country.
Yeah, in your country, country is. They have enough time to
Well, I'm
deal
ju-
with little
I'm-
shit. in America, Amazon doesn't pay
wait.
a
I just made a
tax.
small example. That doesn't mean it's little shit. You have a big corporation that does that.
They do that all the time. They
Say if
just
I do
don't
it for a
do that.
living. Say for some reason I cut hair for a living. Okay,
Yes.
I don't, but say if I do,
Yes.
and I do 10 haircuts a day for $40, it equals $400,
Yeah.
right? I can't
Yeah.
be taxed on that because there's no paper. They want paper trail.
Wait,
With
you
cash,
can.
you can make
That's
no
the
paper
point.
trail.
No,
That's
no.
the point of getting paid under the table.
Wait, why are
Right, but
you?
government doesn't want
I
that.
don't even understand it.
That
Yeah,
it
but
would be
they like
illegal at that
but
point if
other-
you're doing.
other-
You can't do that with
That's
a
the
cash.
point I'm making.
And also, this argument only works if you
It's
only
because you
then
can
buy
manipulate
things
the
that don't
economy
have a
to
paper trail.
your whim.
So you can't buy a car
That's-
ever with this argument, right? So that's kind of the problem. If you ever buy a car with this cash, then you're
Which
going to
is
have
a
to
bad
prove where
idea.
it came from.
No, I can make the cash and buy the car in cash.
Wait,
Exactly.
are you
and if
trying?
you buy a car for more than $10,000,
No, you
that
don't.
sends something to the FBI that says this did $10,000. It's the same thing if you put $10,000 into a bank account. It sends a memo to these organizations that look into these things.
No,
Because
that's
of
why
things that
Walter
you
White
bought that car wash.
Yeah, you
it's
have to
literally
clean
why
your money.
I like
money
that
laundering
guy.
exists.
I'm gonna go stand next to
There's
this
a
guy.
difference between making an odd $40 here and an odd $40 there than running a business where you are cutting people's hair.
Yeah.
That's a different thing
exactly.
altogether.
Yes.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's literally like not a side bin, if you're making more than like $400, I think a year from it, then you have to report it. That is how taxes work. Taxes
Yeah.
build our roads and our schools.
Well,
And-
believe me, I understand taxes. I paid my taxes for my whole my life. I understand
okay,
what taxes
then
are.
why are you angry that?
I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm making a. First of all, I'm not angry. I'm just making a point.
Okay,
It's
but
all
I'm
angry.
telling you,
Unfortunately, when you make a point in big screen and you do it
It-
passionately,
the
people call
IRS
you angry.
the IRS.
Are you Scottish?
Am I Scottish? I'm American.
Okay.
No, well
okay.
done. Another.
The IRS, they don't
We're gonna
like
make this a game, dude.
Bitcoin. They're not trying to go to Bitcoin so it can be tracked. The whole point of Bitcoin is that it can't be tracked. So I don't understand this conspiracy where you're worried that the government wants us all to use digital currency.
It's going to go that direction. Believe me.
No, it's
Well,
not. I mean,
Well,
we
just
have
you're
credit
telling me my
cards and
dollar
things.
bill is like it's going to be here in 20 years from now. My dollar bill or whatever you want to call it, is going to be here in 5 years from now.
In 5 years,
Most likely
yes.
not, but it won't because of crypto.
dollar bill. Sorry.
Well, any bill in 10 years will be here. That's going to be
How much
currency that I
cash
can
do you have in
spend.
your pocket
Walk
right
into a
now?
store and use it.
How much cash do you have in your pocket right now?
So
Do
one
I?
of the big benefits
Oh.
having
I don't have it in my
government-
pocket, but I sure have plenty of cash put away. But not in my
In the
pocket.
You have like a mattress.
In the bank?
It's called no,
Mattress?
actually, no. It's called my safe. Yes, I do.
Well,
I have,
you know
I
what-
have
you know,
plenty of
this
money in the bank, but I also have plenty of money in my safe, which is yes, cash.
I
dollars.
think this guy's onto something, and I'm willing to buy your money for 50% because in reality, it's not going to be worth anything in 10 years anyway. So let's talk.
Your cash?
Yeah, I'm buying this guy's cash.
That's a smart
I
move.
wouldn't say.
It's gonna be worth
No, I
nothing.
can't remember the
kill
last time I had
currency. I would say
a,
bad government
a
policies
pound.
don't do
A
it.
pound. Never mind.
Give you
I pay
50
everything with a
cents on
card.
the dollar.
Yeah, most
not
people
bad.
do.
And wait, actually, it's Canadian money. I'll give you 25.
Yeah, I don't want Canadian money.
So let's say
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
that
a
was that
terrible
guy. Maybe I've been
authoritarian
drinking, never
government.
mind.
Would they or would they not want a digital currency?
They would
No.
absolutely want a
No.
digital currency. Here, let me explain it. All right.
Yeah, we'll give
So
Elder
there's
this.
no.
Yeah.
Here's my thoughts. Right. So there's no
They
one
want traceable.
central digital currency. Right. So let's say we got digital currency 1, digital currency 2, digital currency 3. The wealthiest people are going to make up the biggest slice of pie on that, right? Now, these currencies not worth so much because this is where all the investment is in it. Now, what they can do is they can essentially just transfer all of their giant portion of this over to here, right? All of this money has just lost a crap ton of its worth, and it's financially beneficial to all the small fries over here to move over to this because that's where it's going to grow the most. And essentially, the biggest, wealthiest people can feed off of the smallest because they dictate what the value of the market is in a digital currency like this. Whereas with physical currency, they can't just swap over to something because there isn't another one that it's officially working off of. That's what I see as the biggest benefit to the big sharks.
Okay,
for
so
a digital currency.
I want to applaud you for not drawing a penis when you had the opportunity.
Hey, he
but
still has
Oh
no
my God, I was so
Oh, I
close.
drew a penis. It just it wasn't. God damn it.
okay, and then, but it's more of, I guess, progressives. The people who want the 15-minute cities aren't the same people that want to move to digital currencies to fuck you over. Do you think? Would that be accurate?
I mean, it's not like it's only going to be beneficial for one side.
Yeah, it's the big money mogul stock people that would want to do that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't put too much thought into that. That was just my
We'll ask again
my
next
insight
week when
on
Sayus is here.
the wealthy people wanting to go to crypto.
To simplify it even more, it really is all just on regulation. I think like a couple weeks ago, there was I forget what his name was, some sort of kid who started his own cryptocurrency, got a bunch of people to buy it, then a rug pulled that motherfucker and made $30K.
That was such
Then
a
he did it
good
again
picture
2
of the
times.
like little kid with his phone going like, I stole like $40,000. It's like there should be regulation on this.
Yeah. If it were go to a national level, it would collapse countries. Because Joe would just do a rug pull and then Puerto Rico has no money, or a certain part of America has no money.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
Yeah, essentially you get a system where Bezos, fucking Trump maybe, Musk, all of them literally dictate who has currency.
Yep.
Look what they do with their money. They fucking go bankrupt every other 5 fucking seconds.
Okay.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. Okay. Old schooler, any other? I think we lost the Canadian.
No, I think I made my point.
Oh, okay.
We debated it, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good.
We're very leftist in this room, and we are not pushing for.
I caught on that, and I'm very Republican.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's what makes everything great.
It's
because
funny
you have
because
two sides of the story.
But it's two sides of the story. But we both agree that we don't actually want cryptocurrency to become the main currency because it'll fuck over little
Exactly.
man. So I hope
I agree
you
with
feel
you.
more comfortable that we are not the ones pushing it, or if we are, it's the rich mogul.
That's not the point.
Freaking,
That's not the point I was trying to make. I was
Yeah.
just trying to make a point. My only point is we go cashless society. Is my point.
Mhm. Yeah, I
It
don't.
has nothing to do with Republican versus Democrat on that.
Yeah.
That affects everybody.
Yes. I think it was the Canadians' point that is more of a 15-minute city like type thing, and it's like, no, they're not related.
To be honest with you, I walked into this conversation right when you guys started talking about the 15-minute city, and I still don't know what it is, which is
Oh,
fine.
yes.
I'm not agreeing or disagreeing, but I just came. Whatever my point was, I'm sorry.
Oh,
but my
no, it's
point
fine.
was about the currency is all it was.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll go
I
over it
believe
real
you have
quick.
a fallacy on the board for that one, though. The false association, or
Yeah, probably.
what one was it?
We have a bunch of false equivalence,
I don't
substitution
think-
bias, confirmation bias,
No.
attribution error.
Attribution error. That's the one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
No.
I don't think it is.
Substitution error. You know what? Let's pull up the. I have the better list.
There we go. Do you have
Correlation and
not that this
causation?
is yeah. You might...
Hey, we're always open to adding new ones. So if you have.
Oh, you're missing genetic fallacy.
What is that? That I don't want to put this because it sounds fake. Let's see.
No, genetic fallacy is essentially the argument that because this particular thing came from this thing, it's bad. So, for instance, Hitler was anti-smoking, therefore anti-smoking is bad.
Okay. Fallacy. Okay, cool. Well.
Genetic.
I probably spelled it another E, I think. Genetic fallacy. Okay, cool. We'll add that one at a later time. Cool. We'll go over 15-minute cities real quick, and just because apparently it's a term they're using to scare people nowadays, it's basically making sure that regional transit can access anything anyone would need, like a hospital, a school, and a shop, all within 15 minutes. It has nothing to do with actually planning out the buildings. Oh. Fuck.
Marco.
I'm coming
She's out
back.
the door, let her
I
back
got
in.
scared. No, it's the things fucking I need to not hit buttons. That's the problem. Basically it's making sure that it's not like moving the buildings or making sure that only certain buildings can be in certain places. It's making sure
descriptive
that,
rather than prescriptive.
yes, that there's bus routes that can go everywhere, that there's certain transit, there's like subway systems, there's, bike lanes and things like that, so everyone can get to grocery stores, general merchandise, and public schools, all within 15 minutes.
What's
Sorry.
weird is if you live in a big city, that sounds like normal shit.
Yeah, it's basically if you plan things right. In places like California or Arizona and things like that, cities aren't really planned well. Like, I know in San Diego, like, our cities are planned like shit, to where it takes a long time to get anywhere, pretty much. So
You're making a point.
drive.
I'll say something. You're making a point. This 15-minute city, which I understand what you're saying,
Yep.
which means you're talking buses and transit and all
Yes.
that. But I can do most of that with my car. And take away the car. So say the 15-minute city. Say for some reason I live in Tacoma, Washington. We're talking Washington State. When I get to Seattle, regardless, I still have to get to that transit point, either the bus or the train, to get there in the first place. So.
But the bus or the train means that there's less cars on the road. Less cars on the road means that the cars that are on the road, so it'd be good for you.
Less pollution,
less
less
traffic.
Less gas
Less
you got to
traffic.
use.
Yeah.
Less gas.
Yeah,
Higher ticket to get on the bus.
Yeah,
to
there's-
compensate for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've done research on this as well. So that's like why with big events, why they provide busing. So with big events, when they provide busing into that place, not only does it reduce traffic, it reduces air pollution, and it produces all these different things. Because obviously, having 5 buses filled with 100 people is a way less.
And not
pollution.
everybody
That,
drives.
I'm
Children can't
not
drive.
disputing that point.
Yeah,
but I can tell you here from where I'm at with the mass transit and stuff we have going here, they are right now 4 times over on the budget. It's now they've said it was going to be 10 years. Now it's going to be 20 years to get it going. So I guess I'm just saying where I'm living, it's bullshit.
Wait,
Well,
to
of
have
course,
a
some people. No, go ahead.
Sorry, but it's like, what are they doing? They're building a train station, or what is
It's a transit. It's a transit station with the trains. Right. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying about. And so, I'm going to tell you here in Washington State, they have completely screwed it up. Completely
yeah,
screwed
they
it up.
probably screwed
we
it
have
up.
a light rail.
But if you guys have like, even like in San Diego, we have a Breeze where it's literally just the bus system. It's just making sure that when you plan out the routes, that the places that are like housing can get to the hospital. Because what if somebody's car breaks down? We don't want it to be like a life-ending issue, you know?
But yeah, still, if you're talking like a train, whatever, to get to the hospital, I still have to get there in the first place.
What
It's
do
like-
you mean?
They're not
Well,
gonna come
no,
down-
no, it's
they're not going to be at my front door picking me up. Is my point.
No, the point
think
is you're
anybody-
supposed to be able to walk
Anyone
5 or
should
10
limit that.
minutes to get to the bus stop,
Yeah.
and
We
then the
totally
5
have
or 10
transit
minutes.
to get to the hospital from your front door. It's called an ambulance.
Yeah.
And what
Well,
about
that's
your
different.
kids?
No, we're
Yeah,
not
we're
talking
not
about. I
talking
said you're
about-
making-
It isn't, but
That's
you're
different. I
taking
get
a
that
bus
point.
to a
No,
hospital.
no, but
Why
you're.
would you take a
That's
bus
the
to the
point. I was
hospital?
going by the point she just made.
Yeah, the
Right.
point
Well,
I
yeah,
just
but-
made excludes your point, because the point is the 15 minutes is you walking to a bus station or a bus route or some sort of subway or something like that, and then getting on that, and then once you're done with that, going walking from that to there. That's included
Can
in
you
the 15
click on
minutes.
this? Can you click
And-
on this
and
map?
also-
that
Think
they
about
got
it.
here?
Old
Sure.
school.
It's
Think
saying
about
your
it this
daily
way.
need.
That's like
Sure,
a
you
good
can
hospital
drive.
It's not a
idea.
daily need. Typically, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Andy.
It's
Sure,
not even a good
You
map.
can drive, sure. I
mean,
get
it's
that,
cute.
right? But say you're in hospital and your kids want to come and visit you and they can't drive. How are they supposed to get there?
Well, first of all, my kids will never not learn not to have her drive. Matter of fact, all my kids would drive a stick shift.
Wait,
No,
no,
that-
no.
no,
I'm
no,
saying
no,
for
no.
like
What the
12-year-olds or 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds.
Okay, my bad. So you say I'm a little bit older, so that's why
Does
I'm
your
old
wife
school.
drive?
You're talking about like my grandchildren.
Oh,
then,
not
maybe
only
stuff
that,
like
but
that.
what if you're too old to drive? What if you're in your
Or disabled?
yeah, or have an eyesight problem or something like that?
We just want to walk.
There are
Yeah.
many reasons why people can't drive, is the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Where they can't just jump into a car.
What if you
and
get
go
a
down to the
DWI?
shops, or go to the hospital, or go to the doctors,
is
or
probably
go
the
anywhere.
most
Look, I'm a
There are
drinker,
many
but I do it on my
reasons.
couch. I'm not getting a DWI, but anyways.
I know, but
Yeah, to walk home
yeah.
from the bar. You want to
But-
be
but-
you wanna
but-
be
You may
5
not.
minutes away.
People don't have licenses. If you've been done for driving to the hospital drunk and you lose your license, how are you supposed to get to the hospital? There are a multitude of reasons. My wife, right?
I call it Uber. Then I call it Uber. If it's not an emergency, I'm calling Uber.
That's
Or a taxi.
expensive. Not
Andy
everyone
just
can
made the
afford
best
that.
point.
Well, then don't drink and drive.
Andy just kind of made the best point where what this comes down
You
to
wanna
is
walk home from the
equality,
bar?
Raven,
and
are
that
you a child?
everyone of different,
I know, I love
different
it.
No,
access.
I think that was a
My
child.
wife can't drive.
Or that was a woman
Been
in the
married
field.
to her
Not
for 38
not
years.
everyone has.
I
That was a
wouldn't put her
woman.
behind this. I wouldn't put her behind the wheel of a toy car.
Sorry.
Never mind a bloody real car.
Here, I guess my point is, you're talking about in like emergency situations. It's not like it's not an everyday thing. It's not an everyday thing. Like I'm gonna have a heart
It is
attack.
an
Wait.
everyday
It
thing
is
for
if you're
many people.
older.
Just somebody
Yeah.
for someone in your neighborhood.
Yeah, like I said, if you
Because
get
it
too
doesn't
old to
affect
drive,
you,
or if
doesn't
you're too
negate
young
the
to
entire
drive,
argument.
Oh, my bad.
or
I'm
if
like,
you don't want to
you
spend
know,
gas
face,
money, if you if it's something that's like, hey, we're all going to like a a city fair that's on the other side of the city. I mean, that sounds like a fun thing you'd want to take a bus for. Yeah, instead
Along
of
with
taking a car.
500 other people that
So
are
that
on
you
the
can,
bus.
so that,
Well,
for instance,
that's a
here's
big
a
bus.
perfect example. Say you wanted to go out for a meal one night, right? And you decide, well, I'm going to drink.
Okay.
You don't want to drive after you've been drinking, do you?
I don't do
so
that.
public transport is there
Yeah.
for you to do it.
I say put
Taxis and all
ballers
that.
on a bus, and I
That's
think everybody would be happy.
There's 100 million reasons in the city why you would not want to drive.
Look, I'm not saying that public transportation is a bad thing, but at the same time, the examples you're giving me right now, they say for some reason I want to drink, and I say if I want to go to a bar, have a few drinks. For me, I would personally plan that ahead of time, and I would do an Uber, or to go with some friends, and we have somebody who's not going to be a designated driver. You're
But
making
what's
a point
wrong
that
with
That's another way to do it.
Yeah,
but
but
that's
yeah, why not just if you're a young 20-year-old?
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah.
Home from the
Yeah.
bar. I love that.
What if you
Yeah.
just want to save money on gas?
Yeah.
Hey.
Or what if gas wasn't so expensive you couldn't afford it?
That's going to change. But anyways.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
gonna
Yeah,
get more
sure.
expensive next year, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, when we're in
How's
a
it
war
gonna
with
change?
Iran,
Along with
Really?
everything
that's
How's it
going to
gonna
make
change?
gas
America's
cheaper.
no.
I'm listening.
America is the biggest oil producer in the world right now. How much is
That was
your
shut
gas?
down by that was shut down by the Democrats.
That's not true.
No, it
It's
wasn't.
currently right now.
That
Yes,
is
it was.
not
Biden shut it
true.
down. He
It's
shut it
not
down. It's going to be reopened.
true. It's not true.
So the
Jesus
Oscar pipeline
God.
was not shut down.
We now
Hello,
produce
fellas.
That wouldn't
Oh,
have
for
helped.
fuck's sake. I'm just
Okay,
gonna
that
leave
is a
myself.
child. 1 second. Here we go. Let me pull up the energy. Currently,
Oh, I feel
where
bad
is
for these
it?
people.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You're about to get
What's this
fact
police
in the
funded?
ass.
Yeah, capitalism, inflation, stock market. Oh no.
And you guys don't
lost
have to feel bad for me. I live a really good life. I'm happy.
It's fine.
I wouldn't have felt bad for you either way.
Trust me, nobody in here feels bad for you.
You voted
Just so
for
you
Trump.
know.
You could get dragged
Old
behind a
schooler.
truck. I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't even.
That's
Okay,
exactly
well,
what
let
y'all
me
do.
just
We wouldn't say
Google
that
it.
about
I don't know
y'all
what this
other people.
conversation is, but let's talk about the
That's how that
border.
party
About
ends.
all
No,
the kids
no, we don't.
being
We're
raped and
not.
brought over the
No,
border.
you
Yeah,
ignore
no,
the border. We ignore
There
it.
was no evidence.
They
that
ignore the border.
They haven't shown
Let's
evidence
look at
of that.
the question at hand.
Evidence.
being
Evidence?
made.
Old
Oil
schooler, can we
production.
agree that presidents really have nothing to do with gas prices?
Actually, you're correct on that.
Okay, so then why would you blame one president over the other?
Because I go by the whole economy.
The
Do
president-
And the
most
funny
people
thing
living
is
here
the
live in
American
America.
economy is
Here's
doing
my
better
question,
than
because I know this
everybody
is
else.
international. Do most people here live in America right now?
No, I don't.
And I'm, okay, I want to
And I
ask you, the
pay
last
more
4
for my
years,
gas
when
than
you
you
go to the
do.
grocery store, is it more expensive to go to the grocery store now in the last 4 years than it was
We
under
hadn't
Trump?
even gotten
There
to
it
something
is.
yet,
And also,
but
the other
this
thing
is
I bring up,
prime
I
example.
bought
Moving
a
the
house under
goalposts.
Trump. I can't buy one under Biden.
Substitution
Okay.
policy.
Energy
I'm sure Biden controls all the
independence
grocery prices too.
soars to the highest level in 70 years. That was this year. Actually, it was last year.
Wow.
But still. Yeah. So we're making the most energy that we have in 70 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So why did gas
So
cost me more under Biden under Trump?
Because
No,
under
I
Trump
mean-
there was COVID and nobody was using their cars.
No. Trump and no, COVID
Yes,
had
nobody was
started at the
driving.
end of his
That
presidency,
tends to drive
not the
Not only
first
that,
3 years
but
where
the
we
gas
lived in peace and
companies-
everything was good.
Also, the gas
They
companies
still
are
hide
a
under COVID.
cartel.
They still hide under COVID.
Okay, so gas prices right now are
Fuel prices
historically almost
under
the same.
president.
Under the same, the same was as when Trump was, in the first 3
Yeah.
years.
And
And how
almost
long
all
has it
the
been like that?
lockdown time was under Trump. So
Yeah,
that's
it just
disingenuous.
happened.
Like that for a while.
No, that's it's disingenuous to say that none of the COVID time where people weren't traveling was under Biden. That was almost all exclusively under Trump. All the lockdown was almost exclusively under Trump, which is that's the only part that would have to do with gas. That's obviously what we're all talking about. So yes, obviously Biden had a lot of pandemic that he was under, but that had nothing to do with gas prices because it would have to do with people not driving, which is what we did while we were under lockdown, which was all under Trump.
Yeah. And then the inflation
So
of
under
the
the
prices.
Biden thing too, when the economy, everyone went back to work just because he caused that, or was because everyone went back to work because COVID ended?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Here's what I'm talking about. We had one of the strongest economies ever under Donald Trump.
We have
Honestly,
a
for
stronger
first 3 years-
economy right now.
We actually have a stronger.
Right. Because everyone went back to work, right? Because COVID's over, right? So everyone went back to work after COVID.
Yeah.
So when you think the first 3 years of Donald Trump, when everybody was happy and the economy was strong, and then COVID happened, which no one could control, the thing that happened, COVID happened, correct? And then no one had, matter of fact, I can tell you, I lost my job because of COVID, and I couldn't go back to work. They said, just stay home, we'll pay you a certain amount of money, right?
I'm gonna be honest. When you
Can
when
I-
you
can
said
I read this
everyone
out
was happy,
to
that's
you?
just been like going over and over in my head because it was so
Okay.
stupid, and I kind of lost
Majority.
it there. To be honest.
Yeah.
The majority of people. Matter of fact,
Even-
just the
Wait,
majority of
wait.
people blame for Trump because he got the majority vote on top of it.
Wait,
Okay,
what
let's
do
stick to
you?
the
got
That's
topic,
not
one
even.
topic at a time.
Not.
Old school.
You're gish
No, it's hard
galloping.
because I got 10 people I'm arguing with, so anyways.
Yeah, you're bringing up.
Or debate, not
points
arguing,
that aren't-
debating.
We actually don't
They're
even
not
want
what?
to debate.
Right, okay.
That are
So here you
can, if we take them slowly by slowly, are incorrect.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, old school.
Let's see. So yeah, basically, none of it matters right now because Trump's gonna get back in office and he can do whatever the fuck he wants, and we'll see if our economy is better in 2 years than it was 2 years ago, and that'll be the ultimate.
I mean, if he puts these tariffs on things and raises prices,
Even
I'm sure
Walmart is
that's
saying that those tariffs are gonna fuck us.
gonna make things better for everybody.
But we'll
But
see.
if it's not, you gotta promise you'll be part of the rebellion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He stepped away.
He stepped
Damn
away.
it.
God
Well,
damn it.
Trump understands how working class people feel because, like, he's he works hard and he earns his money honestly.
Eating cheeseburgers every day and doing nothing except for causing chaos. Okay.
There's a nice
sorry.
piece. There's a nice piece on Forbes. If you where is he? Is he gone? No.
Yeah, he left.
Old schooler.
Yeah,
No, he's there.
he's here, but he's not here. He's
All right,
his
it's
his
just-
soul
there's a-
has left his body. Oh no, he's
Yeah, there's a
gone.
nice piece on Forbes about how the oil prices changed under Trump and how the collapse in the oil market and the demand for growth in 1994 to 2002. It lays out exactly what happened with the oil prices and the economic recovery of 2010 when the oil prices recovered and elevated gasoline prices through 2011 and 14. Then the shale boom oil, the shale oil boom, adding millions of barrels of oil, and all it takes is somebody with the ability to read it, and then they'll understand. This idea that prices were better under Trump is not
Andy,
entirely accurate.
expecting people to read. Come on. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
also,
hell, I'm
here's
dyslexic and I
another-
fucking read.
It's also, we kind of know that policies aren't immediate. So it's this hilarious idea that, like, well, things were good for the first year or two of Trump. And it's like, does that attribute immediately to Trump with the presidency? Or does that attribute to a 12-year-old who was throwing tomatoes at me? No, but does that attribute to Trump? Or does that more than likely attribute to Obama?
To the Obama recovery,
set in, right?
And
Exactly.
I find it really... Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'll be real quick. And it's the same thing that kind of goes through. Are you going to attribute the first, like when Biden comes in and things are bad 2 years in? Did Biden do all of that, or are those fucking things that happened from the president before? We all see this. It's like I don't understand how anyone's having these arguments if you're over the age of 30, especially because you just see it happen. You see that the president fucking comes in, and unless they're there for 8 years, nothing fucking happens. Sometimes if they're there for 8 years and they're fucking a Democrat, then something good happens. Otherwise, if they're a Republican and they're there for 8 years, things go crazy. Otherwise, it's just back and forth, and I don't understand. I'm not.
And you know what really pisses me off the most when this
Lay it
topic
on me.
comes up? Can I ask you a question? How much is a gallon of gas, you call it, in America? Just average, just a ballpark
Petrol.
figure.
About $3. About $3 right now in Florida.
Was it $4.20 in America?
Blaze
I
it.
California.
Right,
California.
so
Sorry.
my money,
I'm so out of
my
it.
money, my money at the moment, and generally historically speaking, is worth more than your money.
Yes.
The pound against the dollar. Okay, I am paying £1.40 a litre. There are 4.5 litres in a gallon, and you guys, and not you guys, but I'm using that hyperbolically, bitch about, oh, the fucking gas prices are so high. Really, you want to come and live in Europe, where and I live in an oil-producing country. We have the North Sea. We have oil pumped on our up at Aberdeen, in 24 hours a day. Petrol is literally made 30 miles away from me. And I'm paying £1 on average, £1.50
Let me just say
a
something.
litre.
When I was in Germany, and serving over there, it was like $4, and that was like in the 90s. It was like $4 a
I don't give a damn.
gallon.
Shut
or
up.
something.
Shut up.
And Andy, you asked the question, and that
It'd be nice, but you're leaving. There you go. Sorry.
But no, you're fine. But you were saying in that, like, obviously, I get you were saying the collective we complain about gas, but do we want to move to Europe? Fucking yes.
Damn
yes,
straight,
please,
especially
yes.
now.
Especially for, like, you get any 4-year plans, like.
Well, Merv and Elder have, they might have to bunk together, but
Oh no,
Merv
we have
and
to share
Elder
the
have
shed
got-
now. Oh well, that's fine. That's fine.
I've already got the basement, so.
It's okay.
I don't
I
have
piss
a
the bed
basement.
sometimes.
You don't have a basement?
Just
You
for-
don't
You're gonna have to
Basement-
shovel one out.
Basements are very rare in the
Piss the bed
UK.
every time.
Sometimes I
Very rare.
shit.
Is that because the water table is high? Or...
No, I don't know why. I mean, first house I ever lived in had well, we don't call them a basement, we call them a cellar.
Okay.
But that was the first house I lived in the 60s. But ever since then, yeah, I mean, we don't really have. I don't know anybody in my entire town that has a cellar or as you'd call a basement. Nobody.
Okay.
I live in the west of America, so we don't have basements either.
All right.
Yeah,
The
earthquakes
Southwest.
Means
would
you don't
kill
fill
us.
up with water when they flood.
No, yeah, not a lot. Not
That's-
a
I
lot
think
of
that's a
floods here
Midwest
either, 'cause
thing.
we don't get rain. So.
It's
I think
places.
that's a Midwest thing. In
Yeah,
East, we don't have
tornadoes.
that.
Yeah,
I live in
Tornado Alley
Scotland.
has a
We
ton
are
of
rain.
like cellars and things like that, just so people can hide during tornadoes and things like that.
Yeah.
Everybody,
minus
all the
3
buildings
here
in
at the
Chicago,
moment,
I think,
and
are
5
have
inches of
basements
snow.
here.
Yeah, I think it's a Midwest thing. Southeast does not have that.
Huh.
Cool.
So yeah,
Yeah, that was fun. Having some people.
Where's Doc?
Oh, he's got a family friend thing he has to deal with.
not good enough.
Oh, no, he has to deal with some stuff. Oh, he's allowed to have a relaxing time. As always, I always encourage that for us, especially because a lot of you are terminally on big screen. For nowadays, it's better
It just
to take.
seems that way, Pet.
Yeah,
because I'm
it
on at the
does,
same time
yeah.
as you guys.
Yes. It's like if you're in an airplane, put your own mask on before putting on a child's or somebody else's. Yeah.
Ah, Sodom. Don't put a mask on a child. I'm with Elder on this. Let him suffocate.
Jesus Christ. For a second, I was like, oh, he
scary.
doesn't want masks
You
on
got kids?
children? That's such a weird
You don't have
thing.
kids, do you?
Because I know that I would not put masks on that child.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
No, we would never encourage that.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What time is it? Okay, cool.
8:15.
Yeah.
In the morning?
In the morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool, we can go through.
I've been up up all night writing letters and stuff. So
Oh.
AI, brilliant. AI and Dragon Dictate. It is just the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, cool. We'll continue going through these, I guess, and if any conversations come up and any conservatives go somehow zero-sum thinking isn't a thing, then we can start talking about that. Zero-sum thinking. Actually, I should probably be in front of the camera. Sayus would yell at me. Okay. Sorry for jumping on somebody's lap.
It's okay.
Okay, if they win, I lose. The belief that one's gain must come at another's loss. Thus, no mutual benefit is possible. Thinking that if the minimum wage goes up, my above minimum wage goes down in value. Zero-sum thinking. It's also the belief that it's like when there was student loan debt relief, people who said like, oh, but what about the people who already paid it? And somehow saying that like people getting rid of their debt would somehow not benefit. That would somehow hurt people who've already paid theirs. So. I know. Another one.
What the
Let's
hell?
see.
Who?
Send me a link. Or is it in the Discord?
Here, I'll drop
Fox
it in
News
the
host.
Discord.
Yeah, go ahead and post it. You were going to post it
Trump
in
would never
Discord, you
pick
know
a
that.
Fox News host for an important position.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I also sent you an example of a genetic fallacy.
Oh, yes. Let me pull that up.
Chronicles of Evil.
And I'll do it in a way that doesn't leak our DMs.
I thought Fox News was fake news. Why isn't Newsmax getting all the
There you go. I sent it to the Discord.
Cool.
You needed to open up on a different screen, Merv.
I know. I'm
That'd be the
opening
easiest
up
She's just going to the link.
I have this garbage on my notepad. Control A, delete. Oh, 'cause what the hell? Never mind. File. New tab.
Can't wait to get big screen on the Mac.
That's good. That's not gonna happen. Okay. Genetic fallacy is an example where you're not going to wear a wedding ring, are you? Don't know what wedding rings really are. Is that what it is? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is
Okay.
exactly what it is, because I looked it up.
Okay. A wedding ring. Okay, you don't know that the wedding ring originally symbolized ankle chains worn by women to prevent them from running away from their husbands. I would have not expected you.
It's actually it's an example of a genetic fallacy because I
Yep.
looked it up.
A wedding ring.
Is that
That's
true?
perfect.
Holy
Oh
shit.
my
Yeah.
God.
Oh, okay.
What about the ankle thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally true.
Ah, no wonder.
Absolutely true.
I always make fun of my.
Probably why my wife has never wore a wedding ring in our entire marriage.
Yeah.
Neither have
But who said that?
I think you got some kids in here.
Who is these kids? This kid.
Kick the little bastards out.
Okay,
There we go.
Danny Quest, are you a child? Yeah, you are.
The one behind you, I think. TVM.
Oh, yeah, you're a child too.
Dang,
what
you
up,
just
Mackay?
sending them left and right.
Hi, Charms. Can you
All of
speak?
them. Okay, cool. I will put.
I like the other name, fetuses.
Charms?
Mm-hmm.
Charms, hello.
And we're sorry you had to leave so soon.
And Zenify.
Okay, cool. I think
Can you
we're.
speak? We've got two over here, I think.
How's
Mark.
it? How's it going?
Oh,
Oh,
no, sorry.
Zenify.
I bought this one.
Yep, there we go. That one's gone.
There we go.
Okay, no, we're gonna not.
Zenify seems alright.
Okay,
yeah,
no
yeah.
more
that's
yelling
good.
for kids.
You look like a kid.
That's true. No, he's good.
I don't know how to.
Gotta make sure you
Actually,
have
that sounds
protein.
fake as fuck. That
Yeah,
sounds
work out.
really
No, you
fake.
do.
You know what? You can stay until he
Say,
causes
do
trouble.
me a favour. Say, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plane.
Not you, Elder. You
He
screwed
did.
it up.
It was pretty good. That was good enough.
Okay,
he
we'll
was saying
we'll
that.
let him. He's
rain
good enough
in
to
Spain
fake it.
falls mainly in the plain. Most of you are too young to understand that.
Betty bought a bit of butter. But she said, this butter's bitter.
Peter Piper picked a
If I put
pecker,
it in my
picked a
batter,
pepper.
it will
Peter
put my
Piper
batter bitter.
picked a
So
pepper.
Betty bought a bottle of butter and made her
I
batter
screwed
better.
that completely up.
You guys.
Red
How do you
lorry,
make
yellow
butter better
lorry.
when you're working with butter.
Somebody said a code word and they've just gone insane.
What happened?
Viral.
Yeah,
I didn't.
You guys.
We
I
need
know you're like.
vaccinated. Don't get vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Okay, but I'm gonna put thinking in here because I've always wanted to.
I'm gonna
put
do my
thinking.
own research.
In fact, that's a perfect example of what I just said. Vaccinations. It's all or nothing. A cognitive error where somebody sees a situation in two categories, good or bad, ignoring the middle ground or spectrum of possibilities. Vaccines are good. Vaccines are bad. The middle ground is the fact that vaccines probably do more good than they do bad.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay, let me pull up Elder's thing because he actually did bring it up. A news article which made me sad.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Who?
Oh yes, I did see this earlier today.
Medical contributor.
This is what did
Who
she
is she?
believe? She believed something insane. But let's
Hello,
look it up.
Hurricane. Good, how are you?
I'm
alright.
Why didn't they
I'm Muckles.
even put
I like
the
your name.
fucking article?
It's a muck ice, but okay.
Click on the article.
Yeah, that one, I don't-
Yeah, click on the article.
Okay.
Jazzle.
Janet.
Dr. James. Well, she's a doctor at least.
What
mean,
one? I
that's-
like your shirt. I like your shirt.
I like you. I like you.
Oh shit. I like your mustache.
Okay.
Your mustache looks cute.
What are you guys doing over there? Who's?
We're flirting.
Okay, you guys stop that. This is not a dating
Well,
room.
she's kind of. I mean, come on. She's a medical director at City MD. So I mean, she's not Matt Gates.
So she can
Just
deal with
sounds like another
numbers bigger.
fucking loyalist to me.
She can
Wait,
deal
gave
with
somebody
numbers
gave
bigger
him
than
money a
18,
position.
at least.
City MD is an urgent care. And I get that that's a doctor facility, but I don't know
What's
if I
the
want to jump
difference?
from going to urgent care to, Surgeon General. That's not.
She gave him a bunch of fucking money. That's why she got the position. That's the problem.
Either that or she looked cute on Fox News.
I mean, she didn't pull it
She's
off
not
on this
bad looking.
website, so I don't
That's
know.
rude, but true.
Oh wow.
Let's see.
I'm not saying she's not attractive. I'm saying she didn't look attractive on the website. It's not a good picture.
Really?
Well, okay. She's not the worst. She's not an active pedophile like half of the Trump picks.
Gates.
Yeah,
Gates.
you gotta mix it up. You can't have all pedophiles.
That's
that
true.
doesn't.
Whoops,
that doesn't
all
track.
Yeah, you gotta
pedophiles.
have variety.
Yeah, or sexual
Yeah.
assaulters.
50% like tops.
Okay. True. Okay. Gish Gallop making many arguments to run away. A debate tactic where one overwhelms an opponent with rapid series of many arguments without regard for their accuracy or strength, making it difficult to refute each other.
That's what that guy did.
Absolutely. The going 15-minute cities. No, but digital currency. Oh no, but gas stoves. all of those all right away.
It sounds familiar.
Seems a bit much. Doing the weave that climate change is good. If it isn't, then it isn't man-made. And if it is man-made, we can't do anything about it. Which is, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's rough. Okay. Anyone want to read these? No, I can do it.
Correlation and causation.
Oh, perfect.
Go ahead, Andy. Go ahead.
One followed the other, so one caused the other. Assuming that because you can come up with a story about how one thing causes the other, it does. Arguing not being married is why people are poor. Or avocado toast is why people can't buy homes.
Sorry.
It's all the opposite.
Well, when I applied for a mortgage, they did ask me like if I ate avocado toast.
What's your mortgage?
I wouldn't have give you a mortgage if you did. that and celery. If you, either of those, you're dead to me.
You make your own mortgage rates at home? Can you make me some?
No, avocado toast.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm trying.
I
to
got the lowest mortgage rates there.
Yeah, I make my own avocado toast now.
When did you get that mortgage rate? Don't have to worry about fixing shit.
VA home loan.
Ah, that's cheating.
How long ago was
Except for
that?
you actually almost had to die to get it.
Back in 2020, I think I had a 2.8.
Yeah, but also they
Oh.
injected with it. Wait, 2.8?
I have 7% right now. So
Think it was either 2.8 or 3.2.
Jesus Christ, mine
somewhere
is
in there.
4, I think, because I got it during COVID.
If it is 3.2, then we're actually at the exact same because I just bought during 2020.
Oh yeah, it must be the.
So when should I
3.2.
wait to get a VA loan then for mine?
When Donald Trump gets back in and does what he does, I'm just saying.
It was a while ago.
I don't know a lot about
After he
politics.
gets
I'm
kicked
just
out.
saying that's when he came in, and that's how you got 2 point whatever. That's how you got 3. That's how you got 3.
That might be a correlation and causation
that's-
fallacy right there.
Exactly.
It's
it is.
right
You
on.
don't wanna know-
Right
you don't
there.
want to know what it was when I bought in 2012, because that was at the end of the recession.
The recession.
Yep.
Yeah,
the
and there might
housing
be
market
another
correlation,
recession.
what that
We'll
was.
see. Sorry.
I don't think there's gonna be. I don't think there's a might be about it. Hi, Bear. What's
So
up,
I should
Bear?
refinance.
Oh, good man.
Oh,
you
what up,
too.
Bear?
Hey, it's okay. What's up, Marvin? How y'all
Good to
doing?
see ya. Okay, cool.
Haven't had the pleasure.
Good man.
Hello.
Okay, Jazz, I'm sorry. I think they talked over you a little bit. If you were talking, we're good.
The only correlation was that it happened during COVID. It had really nothing to do with who was the president at the time. That's
Yeah.
why
Even
was
it was like
50%.
that even before COVID. And I'm
Well-
and Obama. I'm not either right or left. I'm always in the middle. But I mean, it was
always
like
say
that
that.
for Obama. So, but I mean, I don't think COVID had anything to do with exactly why.
Things are
Well,
going to
but
be
also in
weird for the
2020
next 2 years. We'll see how things go.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And
I'm
in
just saying,
2020,
I hate
when
when people
bought a
say
house,
COVID.
it made a giant
You hate when
jump.
people
So
say
I
COVID
got a
what?
really good. I got a really
I hate when
good
people say
interest rate.
COVID. That's why I did this. That's why I did that. I mean, the mortgage rate before COVID was as low. It's the same as whenever it's COVID. But I just don't like when people always say COVID.
Sorry,
COVID's
it
the
is.
reason that
It's
started.
before people would say 9/11
I know.
as just a marker in time of a bunch of things happening at once. Like COVID is a valid point because after COVID the interest rate went up.
Especially with housing market.
course
Like,
it
I can tell you, I sold and bought a house in the prime of 2020. Like I put a house on the market in February of 2020 when nobody knew what the fuck was going on, and like I was being told it wasn't the right thing to do, or we didn't know what it was, whatever. And so like when you're saying like, oh, because of COVID didn't good, it was really good, and then a month later it was really fucking bad. The value of my home went up 14% 2 weeks after I bought it. Like I hit this insane sweet spot of June. It was June of 2020. And like right after that, you can go and look, I imagine. I mean, I've never looked at it myself. I just experienced it. But in those times, like if you were to go and look in 2020, the prices shot up because one thing is during COVID, everyone who lived in California, I live in Las Vegas, everyone who lived in California Move to Las Vegas for 2 reasons. It's really expensive to live in California, and because you can live wherever you want because of mobile working, because of
remote
COVID,
work.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
despite you not liking to hear that. But because people could work wherever they wanted because of mobile working, they wanted to move to Las Vegas because we don't have income tax like in this state. So that's a reason of why people want to move here at once. It drives housing markets way the fuck up because there are more people moving here, because there are people who have cash who are willing to outbid people that live in the city. And so that drives housing markets up, and that was perpetuated.
What are we doing?
because of COVID.
What are we doing? We're getting
You're
kids.
leaving. That's what. You're leaving.
You don't even get him time to load in.
No,
He's just already.
nope, I don't even need to see his face. I just need to hear he's a child and he's gone. Okay.
But I do get your point. I get that with other things, that it's not great to hear that. But
And,
it is
and that's
valid.
the only point that I was coming to was, I mean, it was great. Obama did great. I mean, he put Trump into the spot he was with the market, but then everyone keeps referring back to COVID.
Well,
but,
COVID,
I mean,
it is.
great
It
before
is.
COVID.
I know, but COVID, it's not still fixed from COVID. COVID was
Yeah.
a huge deal.
Get
Like, we
level.
lost 2 million
Yeah,
people.
I'm not saying it wasn't a huge deal.
And
I
nobody
agree. I mean,
could.
I think Trump did a really bad job with doing the shutdown stuff. I mean, he acted like it wasn't a thing. And like I said, I'm not left or right, and I just see
Yeah, I
things.
know.
not
I know. But people are going to keep using COVID. You're going to get angry. Sorry.
I'm not angry. I'm just saying it. There's no correlation between before and when COVID was for mortggage rates. I'm not saying anything
There
else. I'm
absolutely
not saying-
is. There absolutely is because
Yeah, I mean-
inflation got out of control. That's why mortgage rates went up, right?
course.
Because the
I
interest
have a
rates
low
went up.
mortgage rate.
Obviously voted for Trump.
Right, and I have a low
didn't
mortgage
vote
rate
for anybody,
because of
actually. I didn't
COVID. Like, I have a low mortgage rate because people weren't buying heavily at that time, and because they were worried, and they were like, I want to be able to give a house away because people are scared, because the market's volatile. And in those times, the banks are willing to lower the rates because they say they
course.
want to
I'm paying
incentivize buying.
3.3 for a house, dude. Like 3% interest.
paying
And I bought it in
7.
2020. Exactly. When did you buy it? After COVID started?
Like 6 months ago.
Yeah,
Okay, exactly.
yeah.
That's your problem, right? I bought it right before COVID started, right? And I'm at
that's great.
3.3% locked interest.
That's
right?
great.
Right. So you can see it directly impacting me and you in similar situations, right? I bought it right before COVID hit. You bought it right after. So there's a direct connection between COVID and high interest rates, right? Do you know how interest rates work and shit?
Huh?
Do you know how interest rates work?
I know the points of interest rates, yeah.
Okay.
Are you talking about how they go up and down? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of factors that go into that.
It's usually the Fed who decides that based on inflation.
I'm just saying there's all kinds of different factors on why inflation and interest rate go up and down. And
Yeah.
you could go into a 2-hour.
You could, but there's also very few things that basically the Fed looks into whether to lower or drop interest rates, right? And that's employment, essentially. It's like the main one.
Yeah, employment and
inflation.
Yep, and inflation. Yeah.
No inflation.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm bad chicken. Just felt festive.
It's a Thanksgiving thing.
Cool. Who's playing music?
There's
I might
definitely a
just
direct link, bro.
Never mind. It's probably.
Is it
not.
me? Is my voice? Is everyone? Is it me that's having bad connection? Because everyone's like choppy.
It might be you. Sorry.
It might be you.
Okay. Cool.
What are you playing tonight? You have good taste in music.
No, we're I'm probably gonna kick whoever has music, unless it's Elder. Then I'll just ignore them.
Elder's looking off into space. So.
Yeah, he's off. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's not Elder, right?
Oh, it was probably me. My bad.
Okay, yeah, mute yourself, or I'll boot yourself.
I was just playing it on my desktop. You could hear it through my headset, I guess.
Yeah, we could. It's fine. Maybe it was just because it was quiet. Okay, cool.
My bad.
No worries. Argument
Back
from
to space steering.
Yeah, off into space. That's fine. Argument from incredulity. I hate that word because I can't say it right. I can't imagine it, so it can't be true. Concluding something must be false because it's difficult to understand or believe. saying we can't have universal basic income because of how that would work. Put that with any public program where it's like, no, they can't work because we've never done it before. But also, I've actually seen this one in a non-political case where when I was watching documentaries a long time ago about the JonBenet murder case, or the open case, where they were like, it couldn't be the parents, because why would somebody murder their own child? And it's like, that happens all the time.
It happens sometimes.
It happens all the time. You can't ever argue
do be
that
way.
It do be that way.
Yeah, you might actually almost
I mean,
argue the
Drunken Monkey-
opposite using that.
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, Drunken Monkey just spoke about, I can't imagine that the the church was, murdering those poor Native Americans.
It totally was. They totally were.
Just, and yeah, it's, I can't imagine it. I'm like, do I want to not?
Course
Do I want
experts,
to not
Alex.
imagine it? I don't want to imagine it, but it can happen. I mean, obviously, after the fact, we learned that it was totally happening. It was bad.
Yeah, the fact that there's institutional sexual child abuse in the Catholic Church, and it's like that's factually true, and of course, like, it's hard to imagine because it's so terrible, but it is true.
Yep.
Cool.
That's a hard one to argue. I would argue it's an institutional cover-up at least.
Yeah. Sunk costs. I've invested too much to quit now. Continuing a behavior due to previously invested resources. Time, money, effort.
Every MAGA voter ever.
Even if it's... The fact that we debate in here is a sunk cost sometimes. Even if it's not the best choice. Continuing to buy into QAnon conspiracies, even when what Q says has been proven wrong. Same thing happens with cults, where they're like, oh man, don't worry, next week the rapture will happen, and you won't need to pay your bills or anything. And it's like, oh no, we read the text wrong. It's the next week, or 5 years from now. It's always going to be pushed because the sunk costs. People don't want to believe they were lied to. Also, any war ever, almost, except for like World War II and things. Those are valid wars, I guess. Of like Vietnam or Afghanistan.
Strong argument in the most recent wars that we were in.
Yes, we just went, well, we don't want them to die in vain, so we have to make it for something, and it's usually...
Can I ask something?
Oh, of course. Sorry, let me pull up the...
Have you transitioned? Are you identifying as a turkey now?
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling festive. I'm going to transition back, though, after the holiday.
That makes sense, actually. That actually makes sense.
Sorry.
Sorry, I just thought that was going to be funnier than it was.
I enjoyed it.
It's cute.
Thank you.
I enjoy the festivities. Okay. But it was stupid because personal attacks. No, it's kidding.
No, I don't think it was personal.
No, I'm personally attacking you right now for the bad joke.
Really? I never noticed.
Yeah. Aw. Okay.
That's not very nice, Marco.
I know, that's rude.
Look, listen, if you want to learn how to personally attack somebody, let me know. I'll give you a few lessons.
That's true. I need to. Personal attacks. Attacking the person, not the argument. Attacking the opponent's character or traits instead of engaging with their argument. For example, how dumb are you that you need examples? I like that example. That's pretty good.
Again, every MAGA person ever. Personal attack.
Yep.
Or just blunt. You decide.
Maybe. Okay. False dichotomy. It's either this or that. No other options. Presenting options in one small domain as the only possibility or possibilities when more domains exist.
I think that's our whole political system.
Yeah, right now it's
moment.
very much so. Either the borders have to be completely perfectly closed, or we don't have a real nation and they're wide open. Our borders are wide open. Yep.
These are argumental fallacies, or what are we looking at?
Yeah, so it's an example of false dichotomy.
Yes, we are going over our basically
Raison
mistakes
d'être.
in thinking, our logical fallacies.
Logical fallacies,
You
yeah.
know,
okay.
they're logical fallacies, but if you're not very smart in looking at this, it's mistakes in thinking. Okay, there we go. Learned helplessness. Nothing I do makes a difference. It never has. See, a mental state
That's
where...
very-
Sorry.
No, I was just going to. Yeah, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, a mental...
This is gay. What are y'all doing?
Gay stuff.
Oh, we're all having
Like
a
it's
gay
the
party.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked
We're
your
gonna
dad.
have a gay old time.
That's rude to say. Come on,
Cue the
Slate.
Flintstone music.
Oh, yeah, it's Flintstones. Thank you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Our own gay
Do you want me to
badge.
do you want me to read it, Merv?
Sure, go for it.
Learned helplessness. Nothing I do makes a difference. It never has. A mental state where repeated failures lead to the belief that one cannot change their situation. Not voting or being community. What?
What?
No
Being
voting.
A should be there.
Sayus wrote these, not me.
Yeah.
No voting or being community engaged.
Part of a
There we
community.
go.
Yeah.
No.
Community
There we
engaged has been
go.
used as an adjective, basically. Yeah.
Not being community engaged.
I'm
because
already
they
wet.
have all the
Why
power.
even get an
After
umbrella?
voting, Markov.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
sunk
there's
cost.
yeah.
Elder. That's
Comma
sunk cost.
That's
after
a good
voting.
No, that's
No
not
voting.
sunk cost.
Okay, let me put that there.
Well, it's a bit of both, actually.
No, it's not.
Grammar
Sunk cost
Nazis.
is not that.
Sorry.
Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-uh.
I'm already wet. Why bother getting an umbrella? It is a sunk cost.
That's true.
The important question is our children learning? Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
America.
yes, also learned helplessness. Example: somebody not voting because it doesn't matter. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't
Unless you
matter.
would have
It
voted for
didn't matter,
Trump.
I'm just not.
That's true.
Or it didn't make a
I mean,
difference in my
it
state.
actually.
well educated on it, so I don't want to.
Maybe
know
don't
it's
teach
something
the idiots about this one.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's all of that's everything. Well, no. The
It was a
only
joke.
way to make idiots not idiots is to teach them. Okay.
Or use a baseball bat. Moving the
That's my
goalpost.
argument for why
That'll
would you be
teach 'em.
friends with that
It should be
person?
moving the goalposts.
Moving the
Yeah, I
goals.
guess that's
Yeah,
fair.
fine. Sace isn't here, so.
Trump
See, now it
isn't a
told me it's
felon. He
wrong.
was convicted
Wait,
by a jury.
yeah, it
he is
doesn't
a
have to be
felon.
post
Well,
that.
the court was rigged.
What would he know? He's a professor. He knows nothing.
He's on appeal.
And you're
Changing
using
the
your own
criteria
fake
as soon as they are
language.
met.
Still convicted.
Demanding
felony.
more or different evidence after initial criteria have been met, making it impossible to satisfy the new demands. Defending somebody you like, saying he was not convicted, then saying he still has appeals, then saying he's not in prison, then saying it was rigged. Yeah, they're all bang on there.
Pretty good. Okay. Hasty generalization. Oh, sorry. We
No,
usually
I
go
thought you
back and
wanted
forth.
help.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
take it. Take it.
Hasty generalization, assuming what's true for a few is true for all. Drawing a conclusion about an entire group based on a small or unrepresentative sample. Concluding that because some immigrants commit crimes, immigrants are
What crimes?
criminals.
Ah, I know it fell down. Sorry.
Bringing drugs.
There we go. 1 second. Let me fix. It broke. There we go.
Yeah.
And there we go.
So, I mean, that's a perfect... All immigrants commit crimes. All immigrants are criminals. Therefore, because concluding that because some immigrants commit crimes, therefore immigrants are criminals.
Yeah.
I would say, but
I'll fix those later. Okay.
I don't want to be a grammar Nazi.
Mhm.
And I might be being dyslexic. I might be totally wrong anyway. It's just how I would speak.
Yeah.
Most people
Nazis
write
had
and
it
speak.
backwards too, Andy.
What? What was that?
You said I don't want to be a grammar Nazi, but I got dyslexia, and I said, well, the Nazis had it backwards too.
In writing class, we learned that there's 3 ways to write every sentence, as far as like subject, verb, and I forget, like being placed.
Predicate.
Yeah. That's true.
Appeal to unjustifiable authority. Someone in power said it, comma, so it must be true. Appeal to authority is a fallacy when those who use it do not provide any justification to support their argument. Believing the dragon researcher you heard on Joe Rogan, even though the researcher is a chiropractor.
Okay.
I wish that wasn't true.
I found the best way to deal with Joe Rogan, just not watch him, and then it doesn't become a problem.
It's true.
It's Joe Rogan's like, okay, dude, if you wanna like get high and like, you know, damn out some alien shit, conspiracy theories, scary stories, you listen to Joe Rogan. You don't go to that motherfucker for medical advice. You know what I'm saying? You don't go for him for political advice. That nigga's bro that you just get.
You know
just
what?
go there to get your mind blown.
You know what?
He engages a lot in bro science.
Yeah, if you want to watch it as if it were like watching The Outer Limits or something like that, then that's acceptable.
Hello. I find him as a source of entertainment, not education.
I'm just kicking him.
Can't-
I don't
there you
trust
go.
him.
You can't speak
Yes.
to that.
Landoodle.
He
His
can't.
MMA
Gambler's
companions
fallacy.
and interviews are pretty good, though.
It used to
Gambler's
be.
fallacy.
Yeah.
Past outcomes affect future probability. The gambler's fallacy is a cognitive bias that occurs when someone believes that the probability of an event changes after a series of outcomes, believing you are safe from authoritarianism because, well, we learned.
Yeah.
I put the well in. That's not grammatically necessarily correct.
Yeah.
It's like me, I guess. I don't gamble. I've never put a bet on anything in my entire life, other than the National Lottery. I made the mistake of having a normal set of numbers that I use all the time. Now I am now feared to change those numbers because if the fallacy is if I change those numbers will come up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that was true
that
with
would
me
be
when I was
fun.
betting on the red and black at that roulette table. Like, I kept thinking, I keep losing. Okay, let's try red. I lost 19 bets in a row. I don't know how that's possible.
There is a strategy of betting double your amount every time and staying on red. I guess double's not
I
the
know.
right term, but I forget what that strategy is called.
Some
And that
people
works
think
until
that
you
there's
are
a thing
bankrupt and
called
got no more money. on it.
psychic missers, which is people
Yeah,
who
it works.
statistically
It
miss
works
more
until you
than they
lose on
should
the first
statistically.
roll.
Like,
Oh wow!
apparently that's a thing. Like, people that miss more often than statistically, they call them psychic missers or PSI missers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Straw
just
man.
progressive betting. Oh, sorry.
No, I thought everybody had stopped talking. That's why I went on. Straw man, attacking an exaggerated or misrepresented version of an argument. Misrepresenting an opponent's argument, often by exaggerating or simplifying it, then attacking the misrepresentation rather than the actual argument. Saying, so you think we should be communist? Then somebody says we should have free universal health care, which isn't communism. Well, that's the point of the straw man.
Yep.
I wonder though if this is more like misunderstanding than a purposeful thing.
The cognitive biases.
Yeah, so they're all mostly. I guess a lot of them are learned fallacies that people use, but they don't necessarily know what it's called. The whole point of going through these, we go through these every single time, like every week, the same ones over and over, is so that in the future we can see them when they're done to us. Like when, when you see a news reporter, do that, or if when you are seeing like advertisement, do something similar, then you can point it out and not get tricked by these.
I encountered one today in another room
Mm-hmm.
where one person claimed it was the rainbow flag inside a classroom is the same as having Bible verses in the public schooling system.
Yes, and that is
Oh,
a. Let's see, what was that?
That's false equivalence.
Yep, false
I
equivalence.
think there's a difference
Yeah.
between having a flag in a classroom
literally-
and forcing that to be. Because I mean, I've seen videos online where they like pretty much paraded that throughout the hall.
If school districts decide they want to participate in it in the communities, or even if the school
In
district
an
doesn't
elementary
do it,
school,
if the school district decides they want to do that, or if a students club in a high school decides they want to do that, then that shouldn't be
that's
an issue.
completely fine.
But what
That's
the
completely
right
fine.
does is they'll take one thing out of context and they'll use the hasty generalization fallacy and say, see, that they're forcing this on our kids and they're doing all these things. And but when you dig in deeper, like where's the actual harm that's been found? Like how has any of these kids actually been harmed by a rainbow flag? Is what I don't understand. Shouldn't we be worried more about like child abuse or like school shootings?
100%.
Or like, if you have a gay son or a gay daughter, and like they go to school and they meet another student whose parents aren't as supportive as yours, like okay, fine, whatever. Shouldn't that gay kid be able to be in a place
I
where
think
they
they
can
should
feel
leave it all.
safe?
I think they should leave it all out. I think they should leave religion out of it. I think they need to leave beliefs out of it because I mean, if you want to go back to school shooting, a lot of it is hate, right? So if say they have a gay flag club and they have that in a room and a guy hates that and he sees that, I'm not saying that everybody's in school shoot for that, but I mean that. A lot
We're
wait,
talking
we
about
can't,
protecting the
'cause-
well-being of kids.
Yeah,
Gay
yeah.
kids deserve to feel
We
safe in
can't
school.
say
It's
that
not a
it
political
being a
argument.
trigger point for somebody who is a psychopath means that we can't have those. Because what about then you're against school integration at all? Because that's
We
the
should hide the
slippery-
black people from the racists.
Exactly. That is what I was thinking.
literally the
and
same
is the
It's
same
also
argument.
what's called
Yes,
it's also a
as somebody
category
who was in a gay straight alliance in high school, I found it very helpful, and it did help a lot of other kids.
Right, because not
who
all
are
kids
feeling
are lucky
stressed
enough to
out.
have
Better if
parents
they
that
added a
accept
color
them.
for straight people to the flag.
Who, me?
Yeah.
They do.
whoever-
It's
I don't care if you're straight, gay, right, left, curved. I don't care.
Yeah.
I never said I
So-
was against it. I don't know.
That
why
was
I'm-
good,
so
Andy.
the-
that was real
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. So there's a different. The problem here is it's a category error. Being gay is a biological thing. It's not something. It's not an ideology. Whereas religion is an ideology.
Yeah.
So teaching kids about gay people and transsexual people is just teaching them how biology and genetics works. Teaching them about religion is how delusions. Is teaching them about delusions and how fairies and goblins work. So it's literally a category error. The two things are not the same.
The point of school is that
Stunned into
everybody should
silence, I
be
love it.
safe in a learning environment where they can thrive, right?
What the
Hunter?
heck? I'm sorry, I didn't hear nothing that was said.
Oh yeah, your headset's.
Right,
he
well,
was
let
having a lag
me
headset.
restate it. Right.
Yeah.
So it's a category error. So religion and being gay or bisexual or transgender is not the same as religion because gay,
Yeah, because
bisexual. Hold on, let me finish. Being gay, bisexual, or transgender is a matter of biology and genetics rather than religion, which is a product of believing in fairies and goblins. The two aren't the same. So it's a category error. The two things are not the same. So I would like my child, who is maybe struggling with their own identity, to understand what they are going through in real life rather than what my child might go through because they've been told that, if you masturbate, God's going to punish you. Or if you do any other things that God's going to
You
punish
can't
you.
mix
It's a-
fabrics or eat shellfish or any of those.
I'm saying this out of curiosity. When I ask a question, I'm not saying I'm against anything. I'm just curious.
No, yeah.
for-
There's no wrong with that.
Sorry, we're
Encourage it,
shouting
in
at
fact.
you because you are
I'm
a
not
stand
shouting,
at.
it's
I know
just
we're
my voice.
talking. We're talking to you.
I'm just-
as you are being an
open mind.
example, not an example, but you're a stand-in for somebody else.
You're entitled to your
yes.
feelings, dude. Absolutely.
And
You're
I'm just
entitled.
curious. I've always wondered. I mean, everyone always brings up the biological aspect of being gay, and that's been how. Not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying, how is that a biological thing? Because I'm not
So,
gonna lie. It's
can
not
you-
something-
Okay.
Let's pull up some
Well, I
animals
can
that are
explain
gay
it.
too.
Hold on,
Right,
hold
well,
on.
so-
Can I ask you? Have you ever? Did you ever? I assume you're straight. Is that correct?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had to think, oh, I like this girl because I know I'm straight? Have you ever had that, or you just like the girl?
Do I?
And then
Okay,
we're
I see what you mean. I see
Like,
what you
I
mean.
think
So,
it- I
like
think
I
it might
say,
be a little
oh,
more simple than that,
she's
too.
attractive, and it's just
That's
what
it.
comes to my head. Yeah.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
the same thing as a gay person. Oh, I'm like, oh, that dude is attractive. They never had to think about it. It wasn't a choice.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just
it's
how
like
they
as
are.
simple as it comes. Like for me, like I'm also a straight male, but I can recall back like 6 or 7 when I first started making memories, like watching, I don't know, movies or whatever, you know, just walking around town, like noticing that like I had this like attraction to females or whatever. Like that was something that was innate to me, and so
It's a law of the universe,
that's not
dude.
something that's
Dick
taught,
don't
that's
lie.
Just part of
Dick
being
never
straight,
lies.
And that is
So there- so-
same for me, except for I noticed that I liked looking at women. So,
But when you say
yeah.
when you
Clit
say
don't lie.
biological,
Right,
are you
right,
True,
talking
clit
about
don't
like
lie.
actual biology?
Drool no
DNA
fool.
That,
Hold on.
that does.
Can I assume from your avatar you
Clam
are
ain't
blonde
a
in real
sham.
life?
Yes,
Why do you think you are blonde in real life?
because I looked in the mirror and I saw, I had
No,
blonde
no,
hair.
no, 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 no. Why are you blonde? What makes you a blonde? What makes you have
Guess
blonde
just-
hair?
I guess just the natural way my hair was growing. I don't know why.
And why do you think your hair grew that way?
I don't know why.
Are you
it
getting
just
at one of
grows.
his parents were probably blonde?
Oh, well, I'm trying to get him to no, but that it's
genetically,
certainly
like,
part of it. It's to do with
that's-
genetics. Would you agree?
Well,
I'm ginger.
My dad had black hair and my mom had blonde hair, but
Right, so you've got your blonde
So why
hair on
didn't I
your
get
mother's
black
side.
hair?
I'm going to get to that. Let's not jump ahead. Right, so your genetic makeup is made up of two things: your mother and your father's X and Y. Okay, they are essentially a big list of switches. One switch on one side will be on, the switch on the other side will be off. And that goes on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, off, on, off, all the way up the chain of DNA. Those individual switches create certain characteristics.
Oh, that's
Okay,
adorable, Marco.
are you with me?
yes.
So when you got the gene for having blonde hair, your mother's gene that
Was
says
stronger.
I've got. Well, stronger. It was. Let's not discuss whether it's strength or not. Just
It shouldn't
the
be
switch
stronger,
was on,
isn't
the
it?
switch was off.
Recessive. Blonde is
Yeah, well,
recessive,
yeah, it is, but I don't want to get too
Yeah,
bogged
it
down in the
confused
weeds.
him. Yeah. Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So if we just keep it to switches, so switch on, you're blonde. Switch off, you're not blonde, right? Neither of my parents were ginger, and I am ginger because in my genes, somewhere in my ancestry, which is 7% Norwegian, the gene for ginger hair was in there, and all of a sudden it got switched on. Right. So that's how the genes in
But
your
that,
body.
how does
dictate-
that dictate a thought process though, and how someone?
I'm going to get to that. Let's not jump ahead.
We were just really
okay?
far into that. You had me really
Right.
into
Yeah.
it.
No. Right. So, your sexual preferences are a amalgamation of your genes and what switches are put on and what switches are put off. Okay. When an egg is fertilized, it develops into a thing called a zygote, which is basically just a bunch of cells. And then it develops into a fetus, then it goes through all the stages of development. The things that affect that fetus when it's growing are environmental issues and biological issues. Now, if the female, for instance, has a higher testosterone level than what would normal be, the chances are that you would be giving birth to a male. If it's got a higher estrogen level, the chances are you're going to be giving birth to a female.
So an
But-
XY chromosome.
Well, it's to do with the amount of testosterone and estrogen that the gametes get during.
Which
the womb.
determine if it's a one or the other.
Yeah. Now, what can happen, and what does happen, is even though you get a high concentration of, say, let's say for argument's sake, because all fetuses, they're all female. They all start out female, every one of them, right? They're all female, and it's the level of testosterone compared to the level of estrogen that helps alter those switches. Now, all those switches don't always work properly. Sometimes some switches fail to go on. Sometimes a more powerful gene will go, oh, fuck you, I'm not switching over. And that's what affects the mental, the development of the brain. It has been shown in studies that a transgender person or a gay person has a different brain structure, more aligned with the identity that they identify with. So a male brain structure and a female brain structure, there are visible differences, right? A transgender person's brain will show more characteristics towards the gender that they identify. And it's all to do with what switches are turned on and off, and how the environment and the foods you eat. And there was a study done recently about frogs. They're turning the frogs grey, they're turning the fish gay. Well, that's actually kind of true, because what's happening is as women take the pill and take all these chemicals and whatever, they all get washed into the water supply. Companies dump that into the water supply. It increases the chemical imbalances in the water. The estrogen, more estrogen would mean that they don't turn them gay. It just means more females are being born, or more males are being born. And I mean, it's a really interesting and very complicated subject. There's a guy on YouTube called Forrest Valkyrie. I would give you the best advice I can give you is go and look for a video called Sex and Sensibility, and he can explain it way much better than I can. But
Well,
that
can we all
is
just
basically
kind of agree,
the
like at the ultimate level, like at the most base level, like at some point in your upbringing, at some point when you're coming of age and stuff, you realize like, hey, I'm attracted to this
Yes.
individual or this type of individual or something like. And
You
there's
cannot
nothing-
be turned gay from a flag.
Correct.
You cannot be
Exactly.
taught
Like,
to
there's
be
nothing
turned
that's
gay.
just
That is a
suddenly like,
fallacy.
oh yeah. So.
No amount of me looking at naked men is ever
You
going to
haven't
want a
seen me.
naked man inside of me. Ever. I'm just putting that
You
out
haven't
there.
tried hard enough. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Homosexuality is
Does
very
that help?
common.
Was that
in-
helpful in any way?
I found it very interesting.
Animal species.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
They don't know
Just
exactly
because you
why,
didn't find
but-
one naked man attractive, Andy, doesn't mean you won't find any.
I didn't say I found you.
It's a
I
fallacy.
haven't seen you. I haven't seen you naked yet.
It's a
and you are my best friend,
fallacy.
so, you know.
It's
Do
Andy,
not send
it's
me a
a
dick pic.
fallacy.
Fallacy.
Yeah,
We're
there
gonna.
it is.
You know, this is
There
starting
it
to get.
is.
Me and Elder have been doing this thing for what, today and yesterday? No, just today actually. We've been making currency puns. And
It's really
various other
it's a
puns.
pun war.
A pun. Yeah. Yeah,
Who's
it's a pun
winning?
war. It depends on who you ask, really.
Oh, okay.
I'm
As
winning.
always.
Okay, that's what that
Yeah,
means.
he's not. He's
Yeah.
really not.
Okay.
He's really not. A red herring. That was a red herring that you
Yeah.
just
You
said.
have red hair.
Keep lying like that, and you'll get yourself a punitive sentencing.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Desperately seeking puns now.
Yeah.
Red herring, distracting with an irrelevant point.
At least I'm consistent.
Introducing an irrelevant
You
topic
might even
to
say
attention.
punctual.
Continue.
Okay,
Andy.
time to kick Elder. No, just kidding. Puns.
All right, that was my pun ultimate joke. All right.
Okay, god damn it.
Pretty good.
Okay, Andy.
Ah!
Okay.
Introducing an irrelevant topic as Elder just did, to divert attention away from the original issue, often to avoid addressing a challenging question or point. When told about the genocide in Gaza, saying Muslims are against gays. I don't get that one, actually.
Yeah, it's a red herring because
it's a conservative talking point that they like to say, "Oh, why do you care so much about what's happening in Gaza and Palestinians?" The conservatives like to say, "Oh, if you were to go over there as a gay person or as a trans person, they wouldn't, they'd probably kill you, or they probably, you wouldn't be accepted." That's
Right.
relevant to the point of what's happening over there.
Yeah, it doesn't justify the murder
No, of course.
or
it does.
the
Nothing.
displacement
In fact,
or the starvation.
yeah. In fact, there's an international arrest warrant out for the fucker right now.
Yeah.
Interestingly, America is not going to follow it, which is
Scotland,
moral
I think
authority right out the window.
UK is being very.
Scotland will.
Scotland will. I don't think that the UK is saying that they will. They're being wishy-washy about it. But I hope they will.
That's Labour. That's Labour. Whereas the Scottish government have literally said, "Fucking get your ass over here, pal. We'll arrest you."
Yeah, hopefully
At least I
he
think they
likes
have.
to go to a nice Scottish golf
Sorry,
course
which
or
guy are y'all
something.
talking about?
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
Drone him.
I'm surprised he didn't completely stop his war as soon as Trump got elected, because
Yeah,
part of me
funny
really
that,
thinks
isn't it?
that he just kept this war going on forever, bombing.
No, but now he can do the real heinous shit.
to get Trump elected, so that Trump will do
Well,
what
they
he wants.
just had an agreement on something between the two of them. Something came out.
Trump and
Well,
Netanyahu.
Biden said that
or
they can
who?
use American weapons. Oh no, that's Ukraine. Sorry.
I remember their terms to end the war that
You beg to differ about what?
I
Matt?
believe the agreement was that Israel would end the war on the conditions that they get the West Bank immediately and then later the other region.
Who's Max Powerall?
I don't know.
I beg to differ.
It's
Go
better
on, type
than-
in there what you beg to differ about.
That's
Israel's
funny.
no better
The
than
person who above you got
Russia.
deleted for insulting you really bad, but you're like, no, fuck
Ragnar,
Max
you mean?
Pearl. Yeah, it was. It
Why
probably
did
was.
Ragnar change their
Yeah.
name again?
Oh, he always changes. He gets banned so often that it's becoming a sport now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay, this is the best bit. He accuses me of doxing, yet in a reply to it all it says that I've got his name wrong 3 times. So I can understand that. You know.
no, it's somebody that thinks they can turn you gay, which is fine. Approved. No,
Maybe they can turn him gay.
we haven't tested this theory.
All right, okay, fair enough.
They're like, no.
Ragnar's probably just got some unresolved
Henry Cavill does that to a lot of
issues
straight
about
men every
his
single day.
masculinity.
It's true, Henry Cavill.
You were joking, I hope, because I mean I've seen many naked men. I was in the Navy, and believe me, I never, ever saw a naked man I fancied.
If we weren't streaming, I'd play
fish.
the YMCA in the Navy right now.
naked man in the Navy.
My favorite bit
No, I've
was when
seen
I was
many
at the
naked men,
urinal.
that's
I'd
the
look
point I'm
over
saying.
to the guy, look him right in the eye, and say, "Nice watch."
Okay, that's terrible. Okay,
It obviously wasn't Arnold Palmer.
well, this has been fun.
Oh, there we go. Is that us?
I think we got all of them. We sorry, I got distracted. Our website's teachprogress.org. You can find our Discord there, where we have many funny other news information throughout the week. Also horrifying news information throughout the week, as news is horrifying lately. We have our YouTube.
Oh, I see.
And we have
Please don't send me a picture to test it. Sorry.
we have the Teach Progress Twitch, which we're now currently streaming on, as well as YouTube. And we'll
What do y'all do on your YouTube channel?
basically upload segments of this. We only have like 2 or 3 videos. I can click on it right now.
That and ASMR foot crusher.
But we do have one video with 576 views, which is how to de-radicalize with
Nice.
restoring. So it's actually not as short, but it's 7 minutes, so it's You can
that's good.
Put it
That's
on double
good.
time, and it'll work as a short. And then we also have every one of look it. The meta is it's live right now, so we could if I click on this, it'll be a never-ending
How you doing,
thing. Cool.
Infinity and beyond.
Yes. And then all of our previous streams.
Do you
which is
guys
like
need
20.
help with clips or anything? That I
Hey,
do.
if-
I edit videos.
Yeah, if you ever want to, especially our Twitch channel, you can always make clips. And then feel free to join our Discord, and then we can give you access, or whoever access to the clips, to the videos, as always. If anyone wants to, but no worries. Okay. Feel free to take it and make it sound like I say I fart or something. I think that's what I'm worried about. It's fine. Yes. So join our Discord.
Or make this as a clip. Oh,
You just
Merkel.
set yourself up for that.
I know.
one.
I
I'm
set
pretty
it up.
sure.
Somebody clip it.
Good
and,
clip.
and ship
Good
it.
clip.
Clip it and
Could be
ship
nice.
it. Okay, and I'm turning off the stream. Thank you guys very much, and see you guys next Friday.